You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Move, bro. I worked out yesterday for the first time.
You finally worked out, eh?
Finally worked out.
I lifted so much weight. I did sit-ups, push-ups,
dude.
dumbbells.
Sit-ups is the worst, dude. Like, bro, it's like everything the next day is just like so like sore.
I can't do anything, bro. I'm just like,
you're that out of it, huh?
I couldn't even lift up the monitor, bro.
No, that's how it goes when you haven't worked out in ages.
But this monitor looks crazy, dude.
Did you take the other monitor off the stand, or is it not take up that much space?
Yeah, I took them both out.
Oof. Damn. I look good though. I mean, you were excited as hell.
Oh, that monitor. Good luck trying to get that. It should. I just asked my friend. He said, yeah. He says January 1st, and he ordered it when like a week after I did.
Yeah.
Some people saying a month. Weird.
A month. Jesus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Good to see everybody.
We're fucking live?
Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we live. We live, dog. We chilling. We out here chilling. What's up? Welcome to episode 189, RGD Podcast. Hope you're doing well. We were just reminiscing over Mr. Blaze 4K getting his new 1440p monitor, you know. He's hyped as hell over that, you know. He's excited for it, you know. Anything with a big price tag, he's so happy for it. Yeah. So you know how it is. Nah, you know I got to touch it. But we're here with the crew. A few good topics to go over, and we're definitely excited for it. And we're definitely going to tackle them. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys. What's up, PlayStation XC? What's going on? Donald Walker, what up? Ice Queen Gaming, he said that blue logo hitting different. It definitely is. It feels good to be back home. Shout out to you. What's up, Sean? What up, Ice Queen? Good to see you. we got Marlon in the chat. What's up, Mr. Big Money IGM? Much love to you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Hustle and motivate. What's up? And A-Rob, good to see you. Let's get into the actual.
That can't be the real Marlon, is it?
Oh, that's Marlon.
Yeah, that's
Are you
him.
sure he's too much of a big shot to pull up here? Come on, Marlon, is that you really? Oh,
That's Marlon in the flesh.
Uh-huh.
What's up? Let's get to the intro, man. Let's get shout out to the panel real quick, and then we'll get into the show. First up, we got Red Hood 420. You know, it's funny. This dude was supposed to be here at 5 o'clock sharp. You know, I say he was on probation. He shows up at 5:10.
I did not show up at
He
5.
showed
No,
up at
that's
5:10.
cap.
He had, in fact,
up
he
at,
showed
like,
up
5:04.
when Hunter showed up. But again, Hunter had a reason. You have no reasons.
Dude, this is ridiculous. Literally, he stopped the calls, and I type in "yo," and then literally right after I messaged "yo," he did it again.
I text you. I called you too, and you immediately put me
Did
in
you
the
even
voicemail.
call me?
Yes, I did. Look at him. Look at him. He's such a fraud. Look at your phone. Go get your phone.
Hey,
Go get your
my
phone.
phone's over there. I'm not gonna go grab
pick it up. Pick it up. Go, we'll wait. Pick it up.
I'm not fucking.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, we'll get exposed. Red Hood 420. What's up, my dude? Welcome. What's up, so
Well, nothing much. I feel like gaming is getting more and more dry every week. It's like less and less news, but hopefully we can talk about it. And supposedly some insider was wrong about a letter of intent, but I'll digress about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Corbin Dallas in the chat. What's up, Corbin? He says for episode 200, can we have Dundo 4K wear his sex toy as a mask with Sony baby written on it?
Oh.
He's talking about that dumb tour of Solid Cast. Oh,
No, that would go to the solid cast.
This man,
No,
yeah, that'll definitely be on Solid Cast.
yeah, A-Rob. A-Rob, I rep winners, A-Rob. So you got a New York logo. I know you guys haven't won, you know what I mean, in a decade. You know what I mean? Going strong, baby.
No. While we're at that, next up, we got Blaze 4K. What's up, dog? Got his new camera set up. He got his new monitor. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, he's excited about that 1440p greatness, So I'm very
Look how he keeps calling. Stop calling it 14. Big Cloud. Everything you own that's fire is because of me. I just want to make that anything you get that's tech wise is because of me.
I don't own that because I'm in 4K.
Okay, I have 2 of those monitors.
Okay,
that
but
you have.
I'm
I have 2 of them. Anyway, can we celebrate Xbox's defeat, bro? What are we doing? We have a moment of silence for Xbox, please.
Defeat. Hey man, number 1 in Japan.
Number 1.
That is true. Number 1 in Japan.
We should talk about that, man.
Are
they really?
Yeah, number 1 in Japan right now.
What are they passing out sushi with these Xboxes? What's going on?
Hey,
Dude,
people buying them. People are buying them, and Sony can't really guarantee you one over there as well. Plus, I don't know. It feels like their focus in Japan just not there. It's more so in the West, for sure. But we'll definitely touch upon it.
Wow. Yo, wait till we look at, man. These consoles are not. We can't look at whatever. Cool. Give them a little. That's a good dub for them because they don't do well in Japan. But listen, once this shit's available, you know what I mean? Look, if I see a line at McDonald's,
that was exactly what I wanted to talk about.
right? If you see a line at McDonald's, you're like, God damn it, man! I gotta go to Wendy's. All right. You know what I mean?
I definitely think it's gonna overtake Xbox when it's available, but you do see kind of a downwards trend throughout the each generation of Japan, the staying power in Japan. But Nintendo's always been
consistent,
solid or going up.
Yeah,
basically.
That's true.
Yeah, but I guess the interesting thing is that Xbox is actually surprisingly on the upswing because I think the Xbox One only sold, or it was really bad. It was 120,000. I think it sold the entire gen. Xbox Series is already over 200,000. So they outsold it within a year and a half or whatever, right? Which is pretty good. It's still nowhere near this is a thing that people I don't think realize as much, or I don't see people talking about it, but they actually did half decent in Japan with the 360. 360 was over 1 million. It was
but again, though, Hunter, that was they were smart. They jumped. They were in front first, right? They were a year ahead of the PS3. So maybe people are so excited.
And they had a Ninja Gaiden exclusive too.
They
right?
they had lots of JRPGs that were exclusive for 360. In the first few years, that was the big thing. So it's still like the brand is still way down from where it was in the 360 era, but it's actually on the upswing compared to last gen. So,
Oh yeah,
a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. But I just thought it was really funny because everyone is like, I saw people tweeting about how it was like an historic moment and like
change of pace or something.
I mean, sure, it's like historic from the fact that I think it was the first time in some like 8 years that it outsold. So like it's kind of historic, but at the same time, it was like I think 2 weeks ago Xbox sold 10,000 that week, and the last week they only sold 6,000. And I was looking the last year, and it's been pretty consistent. Like they're selling like a few thousand every week. So basically nothing changed for Xbox. They sold exactly the same amount this week as they sold the last couple of months. The only difference this time is like I think last week Sony sold like something like 25,000 PS5s because they actually had a shipment arrive in Japan, and then this past week they had no shipment and they sold they sold less. I'm not sure what the number, but it was like it was less than 2,000 or whatever, and it was like, dude, I mean it's historic, but like they don't have consoles. Yeah, there's no PlayStation 5.
That's the funny thing about it. And we're about to get into another thing too related to PS5 because I'm getting really, really tired of seeing this. But again, I'm gonna save that because it's a laughing moment. And I saw some stuff on Twitter. Not only made me cringe, but it just made me question: do people even know what's available right now? And if we can't get what you're seeing on the PS5 in the 3090, what makes you think the PS5 is going to do it in terms of like? Because I see dudes say it's going to do 240 or 250 frames per second in the PS5 Pro. I'm like, no.
Who cares? Like,
look at consoles. They can optimize these games for look at people say all these cool, high frame rates and higher resolutions. Yeah, we can get that, but when you're only really going to see that. Very rarely will you see that at a third party. You're going to see the benefits of the console always first party. Yeah. And Big Cloud, if me and you have a race right now, right, and you stop beating me, it's a 5-mile race, but you're beating me the first 3 miles. I catch up and I end up winning. Does it really matter that you were in the lead?
No.
No one's going to remember that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nobody's going to remember that Xbox was leading in Japan for 3 weeks. Nobody cares.
I mean, it's good.
This is the type of shit you see on Twitter, bro. They're so desperate for any positivity, and I'm not with the negativity. I'm just saying, like, God, they're like, I've been seeing this shit. You would think they dropped a whole new, like, they got a big ass game coming out or something. Like, that's the shit they got to tweet out. Bro.
It wasn't even just Twitter. It was like mainstream media, like IGN and GameSpot were tweeting or posting articles about this.
I mean,
I'm happy for him, but at the same time, I'm not like over the moon for it, right? Because as soon as the shipments come back, what exactly have we, what has been accomplished here? And like we just said, it's the conversations is going to shift right back to what it already is. But it's cool for them. Now, is this going to be a constant thing? That depends on Sony and them actually getting their shipments and being able to provide you the consoles. That's it.
That's if they buy chip priority or something like that for the next couple years.
I think that's under by contract. You have to.
Yeah, I'm saying if the contract gets up and then they go for a contract, then it's possible. But like Hunter was saying, like for the media though, like they do it because it's the fanboy stuff. Like that gives them the clicks. Granted, they don't like participating, which to me is just dumb because they participate by making the articles and all that because they know it gives them clicks and all that.
Everybody wants to claim you're being a fanboy, but if you really watch how they move, they do the same shit everybody else does. They might not do it they might put their shit out there, but they do these little undercut little jabs. You know what I mean? These little bullshit. Like we know what's going on. Everybody fucks around in the fanboyism. I don't give a fuck who you are. You've done it plenty of times. And let's be real. Like you guys said, the clicks. That's what's gonna bring it in. If I go live right now, Big Cloud. Actually, matter of fact, if you were to change this title, the Xbox is fucking dying. PlayStation shit. Whatever, something like that, something super aggressive, talking about one or the other. It's so simple.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. It's one of those things for sure. Hunter, what's up, dude? Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. Well, like Red's saying, there's not a whole lot of news this week, but hopefully we'll make the best out of it. And
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
rumor
Anyone?
mills and everything,
Yeah, there's still some things to talk about, and I know that this is a gaming podcast, but if anybody in the comments knows what's happening with Sasha Banks and Naomi, let me know, man. I want to know. I want
What
to know.
happened is they left early because they went to WWE Creative and asked them why they were on the main event in a tag team. Well, not in a tag team match. They were in like a fatal 6-way or something like that
Yeah,
to
I think
fight the
Was
champion.
so. I heard about that, but like, I want to like there's like
Afterwards?
rumors that
Well-
that it was a work. Some people are saying it's a work. Some
No,
people
it's
are
not a
saying
work.
Some people are saying it's real. Well, has it been confirmed that it's not a work? I'm not
WWE
saying that
had
it
really
is.
put
They
a
basically
statement out.
left. They basically left. They legit left. They put the titles on
No, I
John
know, no,
Laurinaitis'
they put-
desk and walked out.
They put out the statement, but that
Yeah.
I like I'd want to hear it from Sasha or Naomi. Like,
Oh, you ain't gonna
I
hear
don't-
nothing from them for a minute.
Yeah. Unless they like leave and then they'll talk about it, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
they're
We're
WWE
far from
and,
that.
Yeah.
and them they're in conflict or
I've been
whatever.
every day. I'm like searching. I'm like, what's going on with these guys? Or it's Sasha. Like, did she tweet? Did Naomi tweet?
Nope.
She unfollowed
Not
everybody.
yet.
I will say
She
that about
yeah.
Sasha. She unfollowed her, including Vince. So that was a funny, interesting part about it. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But back to the gaming. Back to the gaming part of this.
Back to the gaming, yeah.
So we got. I'm gonna start with the first big story, man. First big story of the day. Norman Reedus confirmed Death Stranding 2 is indeed happening. They already started the production on that. They're already a go on that. How you guys feeling about this? You guys excited for Death Stranding 2?
Absolutely, and I got one thing to say. It sounds like Jeff Grubb was wrong with the whole Microsoft letter of intent, the Xbox exclusive that was going to happen.
Do I need to invite Jeff?
Yeah,
Grubb
Look like
on
that's
so he
not
can-
going to happen.
I almost like guarantee you that it seems like he's working on obviously like Death Stranding, but it seems like he's working on a VR and probably for PSVR too. So I think that whole Jeff Grubb thing is not happening, and it seems like my guess is he's working on 2 Sony games. The one thing that I will say that I thought was like the funniest thing about this, and I haven't really seen anyone commenting on this yet so far, is that someone actually tweeted to me earlier today, and I think he might have been like one of the first to even know about this. It was like Gamer Up Gaming. He just tweeted like a whole bunch of us and just said, "Hey, by the way, check out this interview." And I click on it, and obviously like Norman Reedus for sure says, "Yeah, we're working on Death Stranding 2." This interview is from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
How did nobody does nobody even know
while.
what this website is? Like, does nobody actually read this? I don't know. It's so weird that they like just announced, confirmed that Death Stranding 2 is happening.
I feel like
and it's
Kojima might be a little angry though. Like I definitely think he probably wanted to like release a trailer,
Oh, surprise!
to have an announcement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your man was
sure.
just like-
anything secret though nowadays because
No,
everybody.
these are the days we live in, bro. Dudes can't announce their own retirements.
Yeah.
It's just they
But-
want to be
but
the first to break it, you know.
Dude, I kind of as much as I would have loved to have seen Kojima break it, I kind of have to laugh and respect Norman for just literally not giving an F. I'm sure he knows at some point Kojima must have gave him an NDA and said like don't talk about this game. Like he obviously
he was just like nope.
yeah, either he just like completely had a brain fart and like completely just forgot that he signed this NDA, or he literally just didn't give an F and just said, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna spill the beans.
My question is, I guess, to you guys, because Kojima had like interviews and stuff like that, talk about Death Stranding and saying like maybe he should have made it more action oriented. You think they're gonna change that aspect and probably make it more action oriented for the sequel?
He kind of has to. I mean, if he makes it like Norman carrying crap again,
Yeah.
are we gonna have fun? Like
Mhm.
no.
I mean,
I don't think I wouldn't want to do that again. Like I had fun in the first game, but
Right, you were
unless he
building
like
it. Yeah.
completely like reinvents it, where it's like, because you know how like it was like
It was
sort of
barren,
like
and you had to walk.
asynchronous multiplayer where other
Yeah.
people could, maybe if he like does that like 10 times as much, where it's like everybody is like rapidly building this entire world and like you see things everywhere, like maybe that would be kind of cool. But like
So you think
I
like
feel-
it could be more city based now as well? Like I don't know, maybe 5 years in the future or something like that, and there's like more city based, and I don't know. I don't even know what the antagonist would be because like the Death Stranding was like prevented essentially.
Yeah, I hope it's actually more like the DLC that he released with the director's cut, which was more like Metal Gear,
Yeah.
right? Where it was like stealth. It was all inside this big complex. It reminded me so much of Metal Gear. Like
That's probably the route he
Just-
would go, since he doesn't really. Because remember, the America was divided, right? You pretty much you connected everybody back together in the first one, so it makes sense to go that route and then just have. That's the thing too. What do you do with Die Hardman at this point now that he knows the truth? You know, then what does everybody else play a factor into? That's the other thing.
What do you mean, Die Hardman
Yeah.
knowing the truth? Like,
Like like about, I don't want to spoil it, but with Sam and he found.
I
out
mean,
the truth.
he been knew that for ages though. That's the thing. It wasn't like a surprise. He already knew.
Eh,
You know,
but yeah,
like he knew exactly who Sam was since the beginning.
no.
So it's just like,
I just want to know who's going to be in it. Like I love the best thing about Death Stranding for me was like every couple of months he would just announce somebody new, and you're just like, oh my god, like Leah Sedot's in it. Like, oh my gosh. Then
yeah, I think there's
Yamamoto
definitely gonna
Toro's
be
in
new
it.
guys. I don't think you'll see Mads Mikkelsen again.
You don't think you see Leah or Mats?
Mads.
I don't see Mads just because it's like it concluded. His portion of the story concluded.
I'll be
I
there
don't
in a
think there's really anything to
flashback,
do.
You could do flashbacks with Mats. I can see
or
that.
like memory and show him. Trust me, he'll be there.
Nightmare
Yeah.
sequences.
Actually, the flashback sequences were pretty cool
Oh
in
yeah.
that game. I wouldn't mind having more of that.
Definitely, you can do that. So that's what's going on there. Very excited. Everybody is, hyped for it for sure. It's gonna be fun. Another thing that kind of dropped too, and shout out to Big Mike for sending this to me. Now, Hunter, I saw you retweet something for Abandon. There's like an article before it. It was like more details on it. There was a thing
The
that
brick
Big
wall.
Mike shared with me. It was like this Reddit post. He said that it was all a scheme. Did you hear about that? It was like a Reddit
Yeah,
post.
Scam?
I saw that.
Listen,
Honestly, like I don't know what to think with this. Like I'm not gonna jump on either side. Like it's legit or it's scam. It's just utterly bizarre.
Exactly. That's why I said I was like, why do you have Shu putting like the eye emoji like on Twitter with this abandoned like demo like was a teaser like thing? Like why would Shu like be promoting it like that? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
And then they confirmed they had nothing to show, and then this right here just added more fuel to the fire. Like, yo, what are you guys doing? What's the point of hyping this up? I said this before. Hassan Kurman does more harm to this game than good whenever he talks about it or with these tweets. And now it's like everybody's kind of just like, okay, we're fed up. We don't want to talk about this no more. We want to see it. I'm just personally.
Yeah, but it's kind of but I think a lot of that is just people like just talking, because
Yeah.
if nobody was interested in this game, then how come every time I tweet out something abandoned, I'll get like 50 replies and 500 likes and stuff like that? Like how look at any time anyone.
Oh no, you always
We're-
get the type of traffic.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like people are really engaged. Like it's not just me, but anyone who tweets new information about Abandon, you'll see that trending on Twitter.
There's a lot
and
of curiosity around it, but I'm not with this, peekaboo shit. Like, what do we got? Like, what are we doing
Yeah.
here? But
They keep
Yeah.
talking about the app. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I deleted that months ago. Do you guys still have that download on your PS5? That little
I didn't
private-
download
I
anything.
just deleted it. I kept on running out of space, and I'm just because I think it was several gigabytes, right? Like 4 or 5 gigabytes.
and there was nothing
Yeah.
on it. You couldn't access nothing except for one, which was the trailer from Twitter.
Yeah.
Him walking, and then that was it. And then there was supposed to be an update afterwards, and we never got an update. And now we're here, and we still have no updates, no news, no nothing for it. So it's like,
Like
Anybody in the chat, do you guys still have that game still on your hard drives? I'm curious. I don't think you do though, but
the one like strand that I still have that I'm hanging on to is like Red touched on it, but it's like I would assume that Sony would do at least like some investigation into the brands that they promote, right?
Yep.
I don't think that they would if they had like an air of scam. I do not think that they would have a PlayStation blog post. I don't think like like you were saying, like the eye emoji tweets and all that. Like I just don't think that kind of stuff would happen. Like there had to have been at least something that gave them confidence that this is like there's something actually legit here. So I mean,
PlayStation's not co-signing anything that they're not comfortable. Like either they saw something that impressed them, or they're like, okay, this is they're not just gonna do that, bro. Like So you have a point. You have a point for sure.
If they do, if this ends up being a scam, then
it's gonna look bad on PlayStation.
Then it's gonna look bad on PlayStation, and then that means like we are actually gonna have to be a little skeptical going forward because like obviously they're not doing any due diligence if this kind of thing goes through.
I agree completely. I don't know what to say at this point with Project Abandon. I'm with all of you guys. I want more information on it. I want to see more on it, but I don't know, man. Let's let's take a step away from this for a second. Let's look at the Xbox side of things here. Microsoft, they were busy. They put out some tweets. Let me actually
busy? You mean a lot of their employees were saying some interesting things?
I'm just saying they've been a little busy with some of these tweets here.
Do tell. I think I might have missed some of these tweets that you're talking about.
Let me find that. 1 second. I got them all here.
I know Aaron was talking. I know this guy named Stein and Kayla.
Stein was definitely talking.
Are we talking about the ambassador stuff?
No.
It's the ambassador mixed with what they define as a gamer now.
There was that, but I'm gonna skip that for a second. I'm gonna go to here first.
Well, I mean, it's
that
pretty
was
obvious.
funny.
You gotta play games to be a gamer. Like, hello.
Hey man,
but
not what these employees are saying anymore.
No, I know. I saw that, but of course it's like the thing is that anybody can participate in the gaming community. You don't have to be a gamer to participate in the gaming community. If you love watching Twitch, if you love watching video games, if you've seen Uncharted the movie and now you're interested in the games and want to like chat about it, like everybody is for sure welcome to in the gaming community. Nobody's excluded from that. But like you can't say that you're a gamer if you don't actually have a controller in your hand.
Agreed.
And do something with it.
Hunter, what you described to me is if somebody likes to talk about games and watch games, they're a gaming enthusiast. I would say that.
Totally.
But that doesn't make them a gamer. And that's two different things. And it's just weird now we're having them changing the definition of a gamer, because you could go to the Oxford dictionary and it literally tells you what a gamer is, somebody that plays games. So it's just like now they're trying to change it to say, if you watch games, you're a gamer. If you discuss it, you're a gamer. It's just like that's like, why are we changing definitions? And it's like this whole inclusive thing. It's like
I get it. They want everybody to be part of it. They want everybody.
Like Big Cloud. Here they go again with the fucking 5% of fucking weirdos that we gotta fucking change the way we fucking live for 5% of the like. I'm so sick of catering to these fucking bozos. Like you want to watch games and shit, like, but don't try to change the goddamn dictionary. You do what you want to do in your life, bro. I'm not gonna ever bother you, but stop trying to change what these are facts, bro. Like you can watch a game and give your opinion, but you're not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a gamer." All you do is watch Twitch streamers. You're not.
Yeah, it'd be funny because some of these dudes be having some of the weirdest takes, like especially with the Elden Ring situation. How many dudes actually played Elden Ring, Bliss? And they were like, "Oh, Elden Ring is easy."
Well, I just saw like people were talking about like
Elden Ring enthusiasts,
gamer score a lot here. Like the thing is too is that it actually, this is my opinion, I think probably you guys would be thinking similar, but like you don't necessarily have to have a high gamer score. You don't have to have a high trophy level. For example, like if there's one game that you play, let's say you're like a Rainbow Six fan, and that's your jam, and you play Rainbow Six like 500 hours a year, and that's all you play, and your gamer score is like 800 because that's all you play.
Still makes you a gamer. Yeah.
You're absolutely doesn't matter what your gamer score is. You're absolutely a gamer, right?
Yeah, but we're now checking.
As soon as you pick up your damn controller, even if you play on your phone. I'm sorry, but if you play on your phone, you're not like you're more like, if you want to get more defined, you're like a mobile gamer. You're not a console player.
Yeah, make sure you put mobile for a gamer, bro.
But you're still a gamer, right? You're still a gamer if you play.
The way they were wording it though, Hunter, it's just like, again, they were really championing, like, if you just watch this particular thing, you're automatically associated with it. Like, you're automatically one.
Oh, wasn't this?
I mean, it was a lot of people who were like that though. Like, you see them everywhere. Like, dudes who will show up to a full-fledged live stream of you playing a game. You see it all the time, and then they'll go to Twitter after seeing what you play and go, "Oh, that game was trash," or "That game was easy." You know what I mean?
Bro, look at the comment section. That's just a fact right there.
Dude, I wanted to.
I watched Scrubs, so that one.
What? Wait,
like, yeah, we can't be doing that. Yeah. So I watch CSI, so I'm gonna fucking, like it's.
I was gonna say I made this joke, and essentially I was like, they're changing the definitions. Maybe they're gonna try to have like these walkthroughs of games via Game Pass, and if you watch it, these walkthroughs, you get achievement scores and stuff like that. I made that as a joke, but then I think about it, I wouldn't be shocked somehow if that were to be the case. If they aim it to be that, inclusive.
And Hunter, there's a bunch of people that play one game all the time. Like, they have that one game they play every day, like a Destiny, whatever it might be, SOCOM, whatever. I'm saying, like, yeah, bro. I don't look. If you got high trophies, if you got platinums like BitCloud, that's because you jumped into like a deeper pocket, like you're chasing like people that get platinums. Hey, I give them props. Yeah, I give them props. Cool, but you don't. As long as you play something, I agree. Like, yeah, we're not gonna gatekeep because you're playing one game that you prefer to play. Like, there's certain games out there that demand your attention. Like, you have to sign in every day. You have to continuously play, or you're gonna fall behind. There's games like that where. So we can't judge people because they play a few games, but
and it all just stemmed from the whole Xbox ambassador thing. So,
okay, all right. To go back to this, the Xbox things I was going to talk about, it was going into the showcase. Before we got there, they put out this tweet. The official Xbox account put this out there. It says Signs of Mercury. I don't know if y'all saw it. Signs of Mercury is retrograde. Wi-Fi acting weird, game doesn't save, accidentally muting your mic, Bluetooth disconnecting, getting stopped by a stranger in Elden Ring, losing, just blame it on the planets. Then Xbox Game Studios replied to this saying, please don't manifest this energy so close to Gemini season. So, a lot of people were seeing these tweets and they were wondering, like, okay, is this related to, I don't know, for example, Starfield, are they making something big like, personally, they will blow my mind. Again, with the way Star Wars is getting so many games, I'd be blown away if Microsoft had got The Mandalorian made into a game exclusively for Xbox or for Xbox Game Studios. I don't know what to really expect from this showcase, but, this tweet comes out, especially in light of Starfield being delayed. What you guys think about this? Did you see it?
All right, can you just back up a sec? Who was the original tweeter? Was it Xbox?
Xbox, the official Xbox Twitter account. You want the tweet?
Yeah. Show me the tweet.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen.
The thing is with Xbox, if they were to show off a new game, they're so, like, again, like, I don't want to hear about, like, I'm excited for what Xbox has, new games and shit, but, like, it's so far far away. Like even with PlayStation, there's a bunch of games like Wolverine. People keep talking. That shit is so fucking far away, dude. Like, dude, if I gotta wait 2 months, I'm like, dude, that's a long time. You know what I mean? Like it's fuck, man.
I mean, what's
I'm
better,
impatient.
2 months or 2 years?
No. Well, Xbox is on a roll. I'm just saying, I don't got patience for this shit.
I agree.
That's why indie games, fall into a little slot where it could keep you occupied.
Yeah, I agree. Can y'all
Is
sit
Jeff
down
Grubb?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see the tweet. When was this tweeted? Is it today?
Nah, it was on
It was the May
20th,
19th,
May
like
19th.
yesterday, right?
Yeah, 19th was yesterday.
Yeah. I'm tripping. So yeah, what y'all think? What you guys think
I
there's
have
something
no clue.
big going into this Xbox showcase?
I don't know, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if this has something to do with Starfield.
Nigga Starfield.
Like,
Okay. I said that.
I mean, I have no other
Yeah.
idea. I mean,
nothing else. Nobody. No
I don't know why they would
Mandalorian. No big.
have Elden Ring.
Mandalorian. I can't see Mandalorian. From
No.
this.
A lot of people thinking Mandalorian with the way they were coding, the message. on
Coding?
Yeah.
I can't.
You
see
know,
it.
like you
From what I've
decipher.
seen.
You know how they decipher.
Listen, all that is Xbox trying to bring excitement
Yeah,
to their event. That's it.
Yeah,
They're trying to get people. Look, they're trying to get people excited again because, right now Xbox is like, if you go on Twitter, right, to the hardcore fans, they're pretty much in the gutter. They've been completely deflated. Like, I almost think like, yeah, I agree for them delaying the games, but damn, man, they had to do it there before the event. It's
They had
kinda
no
like,
backup. They had no
They-
backup.
yeah.
That's weird to me too. Not even Redfall made the cut.
Bro, Redfall was looking. No offense, like I'm not
We
here
didn't
to
even see
now.
gameplay for it. You saw gameplay? I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Nope.
no, but they had multiple pictures like in game, like people
No.
had posted.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
right
yeah, I
now,
saw
if you
that.
search Redfall, like there's character customization, and it looks like State of Decay on PS3, bro. It looks horrible.
No way. I didn't
Dude,
even
look
see
up.
it.
Yeah,
My
look up
opinion.
Redfall.
My opinion. Hey,
Redfall.
don't get mad at my opinion, people.
Screenshot or whatever. Even though it's
Okay.
like at that time it's like a build, so I don't know.
And I understand it's early, okay, but you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can see when a game's gonna, like damn, that game's gonna be cool. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be.
Also be a looter shooter, right? Like Borderlands.
I'm not now. That game can turn around and look it. See, I
it kinda
expected
looks
Redfall to be delayed.
It looks like Deathloop with some of these pictures.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Okay. So I've just been reviewing all these tweets and like the Game Pass replies, and I have no energy to even like think. I don't care. Like I don't care. Tell me, just do what Nintendo does and just like tweet a new trailer, or do what PlayStation does and just post a blog post. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like just like I'm a gamer. Give me the goods, man. I don't have time to figure like what is Mercury and retrograde and blah 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 blah. I don't know.
They were trying
Bro,
so hard
people don't want to
match
say the
the
fucking
space
truth.
theme.
The Game Pass like account does the same thing too, where they're always like, I don't know, like tweeting cryptic things and like, oh look at like we found this email and it's like a picture of somebody's desktop.
Oh
or
yeah, it's like
whatever.
redacted or whatever.
And
It's just
yeah,
like-
and you have to like zoom in. I played that game for the first like 2 or 3, and then after that I'm just like, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna like pinch and zoom my phone and like just dude, give me the goods, man. Give me the goods. Do what Nintendo does. Give me the goods. Do what PlayStation does. Give me the goods. Tired of like it's not like hide and seek. I'm not playing
See,
like
I'm
a word
trying to
search
be
game when I
lenient.
go on Twitter.
You guys are going for blood. I'm trying to be lenient. So anybody,
Yeah,
in the
I
chat
feel like
says
that's
Big
not even
Cloud
going for
toxic,
blood.
That's not Big Cloud. Saying the
lenient.
fucking truth is not
Oh
blood.
no.
If a game looks rough, it looks rough. Big
I'd be
Cloud.
lenient.
I don't care if it's early. Like go look at Horizon early gameplay. That shit still looked special. It looked like it was interesting or
That's true.
something.
No, that's true. That's true. No, I'm saying,
bro, like,
but you
this
know,
shit
when
looks
we go
rough.
forward from this point forward, so if I ever rant, all right, let's for example, we go into the Xbox Xbox show and I rant and I'd say I wasn't a fan of it. I don't want to hear nothing for no Xbox.
Big Cloud, why don't you talk how you talk outside of this when you're in Discord with me?
Yes, sir.
No. Run your mouth like you do in Discord to me about
Which one we talk about? Which one we talk about?
Say how things are trash. Speak your mind, bro. It's all good.
What? That your monitor's trash? Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I was trying to give you an alley oop, Big Cloud. God damn, man. Poor guy, bro. I was trying to give him an alley oop.
Stabbing your other player in the back, bro.
Yeah, he does.
He gives you the alley oop. It's like
he does on a regular with another guy's name that starts with an R. That right, Blaze, huh? Yeah.
Who starts with an R?
Rev. I'm not Rev.
Oh. Starts with an S.
I know. It's the full name. I'm saying. Shut up. You know what I mean. Anyway.
Yeah, like he said, fake podcast persona. We want the Ryan, the professional.
Oh no.
Oh shoot.
We ain't going on that. What's up, Brandon? What's up? That's okay. All right, so there that was the Xbox tweet. We talked about, obviously they outsold Sony in Japan for right now for the month or whatnot. Let's get back to this. We got some other good news that dropped. This is again going back to Sony's PlayStation Plus tiers. They announced that pretty much Ben Studios pretty much announced that you'll get trophy support for, what was it, Siphon Filter?
Siphon Filter,
Siphon Filter? Yeah, Siphon Filter on the service. Basically, the original game, you'll get trophies and everything on it. So I'm guessing, right, at this point, they pretty much flat out confirmed that they're working on this for every game at this point that's going to be in the tiers, which honestly, that would actually be great for the service. Not only can you earn, trophies, not only you can get more out the game.
That's enticing. Yeah, that'll bring people in.
Yeah, that's smart. That's actually smart. I don't know if they're gonna put, like, for example, SOCOM. I know Blaze has been in that server playing it on the original servers. I don't know if they're gonna get SOCOM, the OGs, back, and then you can, like, go through it and get trophies or whatnot. I don't know.
Big Cloud, mark my words.
But I'd be dope
SOCOM or Killzone will be out by next year. Or we'll hear about it.
In terms of like the old games or a new game?
No. Killzone's coming. Listen.
No, not yet. I don't think Killzone's coming back yet.
You'll see. What year are we in? 2022. By 2020, by the end of 2023, we'll hear about either SOCOM or Killzone. Watch. Just remember this.
I think it's SOCOM, because isn't the rumors going around that Guerrilla's making the new SOCOM game?
Yeah. Or Guerrilla's making.
They're making a multiplayer from.
But that's like what people assuming, I guess.
With job descriptions, yeah.
Why not let Guerrilla, who's seasoned right now? Guerrilla's like a beautiful fucking steak. Like, they just know how to make shit right now. Why not let them go back and give it another? Like, if they make Killzone right now, I keep repeating this shit, but I'm serious. They would knock it out the fucking park, dude. So like, their storytelling capabilities are just through the roof, bro. They just they figure shit out fast. They move fast. They know how to make these beautiful open world games. Like, and I'm not saying Killzone gotta be open world. It should be linear, but I'm saying they would do a great job for them to make a Killzone. Cool. I mean, I trust them. I guess I don't know, but
would you trust them though for you to jump back in if they were to do like all the, pretty much every game from the past gets trophy support? Would you say that'd be enough to jump into the service by itself?
Bro, I'm playing Killzone 2 every night, and I'm getting trophies for it. So, I mean...
Okay.
I don't know. It's the PS2 games that'd be cool. Like, the old PS1, PS2 games, to get trophies for that. Now, that's cool. PSP games, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right? But if you can... I know everybody don't get a PS3, but, the fact that you can still technically get them.
Yeah. The thing I love about this story is this is like classic Sony, where this is actually like, I would say, a pretty big deal. If their classic games are going to get trophies, that's a pretty big deal. And you'd think it would be like PlayStation Twitter account worthy or PlayStation blog account worthy, but then just having like Ben Studio just randomly tweet it out, and then like the internet goes crazy and all these articles are written like, are other games going to get trophies, or other games going to get platinums? Like, it's just, I love how they just like kind of just like sneak stuff out, and then
What about if they're making a siphon filter? You never know.
That's true. That's true.
Nobody, I don't hear anybody saying that. But what are the odds that they're not going back and making the game that got them going, that got them popular? Let's just say, right? Like who's to say that they're not doing that?
I mean, it got
we need
trademarked
shooters.
Yeah, it got trademarked, and again, 10 games as a service, it falls right in line with it completely.
yeah.
Dude,
So,
I would pay for the highest tier if they gave me
you ain't paying for the highest
Metal
tier.
Gear Solid 4.
You're not buying the highest
Port.
tier, girls. Stop.
Yes, I would.
No, you
I would
wouldn't.
absolutely
No, you would
do
not.
so for
Yeah,
Metal Gear
Red
Solid
Hood.
4.
Red Hood, no, you would
Why
not.
don't you buy a PS3?
I
And
do
you
have a
play it.
PS3s over there.
So
but I don't
play it.
feel
Okay,
like-
play it.
I don't feel
Play
like
it.
turning it on.
Play it.
That's the thing.
Nah, he's
Bro.
right though. Look it, Sony needs to bring these games. You know what I mean? Just crank the resolution, crank the frame rate. Let me play. You don't even got to remaster them. Just bump the resolution and the frame rate, and I'll be happy. I'll take it.
Because a lot of people have
Yeah.
been asking for like Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3. A lot of PS3
want
games
that too.
because they're just stuck
Yeah.
there. So
I want a better optimized version, that's for sure. It wasn't when the trophies dropped. The trophies kind of glitched for me on that game, so I never played.
Yo, Big Cloud, is Jeff Grubb the guy that blocks everybody for no reason?
Blocked your back?
Is that guy, or
Yeah.
am I thinking of somebody different?
No.
he's very
Yeah.
like he's very, I don't want to say combative, but he likes to argue a lot with people.
Did you get him messed up?
He
with-
did-
you
he
got
did
mixed
that
up
to
with
me.
Jez.
He blocks you.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
Jez. That's Jez you're talking about.
Yeah, all right.
I
Yeah.
I tweeted out like some like because Grubb is always like tweeting out rumors, and so I tweeted out I found an article that mentioned one of his rumors, and I tweeted it out, and then I guess it rubbed Jeff the wrong way, so he blocked me, and then I was like, okay, and then a week later he unblocked me. So
Wow.
I don't know. I was put
Hey.
in Twitter jail for a week.
Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer in the chat. What's
Facts.
up, bro? I see you,
Yo,
bro.
hip hop, my
He
man.
says, yo, had to stop by real quick and show some love. God bless my dude, Big Cloud. Yo, Blaze, my dude, what's up, son? Shout out to the whole showcast. Shout out to you, my dude. Shout out to you. We'll get you back.
Yo,
on
hip
there.
hop. See, you gotta come and see Big Cloud. Big Cloud's a greedy. You know what I mean? He's a greedy mother.
What?
You know, he does a one-on-one. Like, what's up? Like, what's the problem?
What you?
This
we
man
can get-
trying to-
hey, I can.
No,
get
I
him
was
on
gonna
next
say,
week.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
can
him
get
on
him
just
on
on
next week.
Solidcast.
You hip hop gamer on next week. We get him on next week. I didn't reach out to him this week.
Hey, I'm just
Sure.
saying, man.
Okay, I had to sign paperwork. I'm sorry.
Paperwork.
Well, to get out of stuff, but we'll get him next week for sure. I'll ask him next week.
That's a great guy right there. You know what, hip hop gamer? I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. Shout out to hip hop gamer, moving the culture. You know what I respect about hip hop gamer more than anything
Mhm.
is he goes and gets an interview with whether it's a fucking rapper or it's the head of Ubisoft. He is
Or
the
wrestler.
same person all the fucking time. He does not change his tone of voice. He doesn't try to act proper. He doesn't wear a suit. He's hip hop gamer at all times, bro. And that I respect, because you see certain people on one podcast, they're talking totally different. You get them in the Discord, like, bro, be your fucking self. Hip hop gamer, I respect you for that, bro. Because a lot of people are not themselves and they're afraid to be themselves. And it don't matter if you're at a corporate office, you're coming with the bell, you're telling them to hold the bell, spinning you. You know, hey, I respect it, bro. I respect it. Straight
Shout out
up.
to Hip Hop Gamer. Shout out to you, my dude. 1 second, my lurch went off. Shout out to John the Don, member for 4 months. Appreciate you. And he dropped a 5. He says, "What if Guerrilla made a Star Wars game? How would y'all feel? Good or waste of potential? Good potential, actually. Star Wars, you can't go wrong.
I mean, you can't go wrong. It
No, you
depends.
can't. No, you can't. Not
Yes,
with
you
the
can,
talent.
bro.
No,
Come
you
on
can't
now.
go wrong with Star Wars. Stop it.
Are you kidding?
You can
Battlefront.
definitely go wrong with Star Wars,
No,
Big
you
Cloud.
cannot.
What do you mean?
With Guerrilla Games and Star Wars, they can make a
Oh,
bounty hunter
Guerrilla
game.
Games. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
but yeah, I would say the only thing I would want them to make, and I think would be best suited for them, was probably like a Mandalorian game or
I said,
a
yeah,
bounty
bounty
or
hunter,
a bounty hunter game.
Mhm.
That's about it. I don't know in terms of like Jedi combat and stuff that they would be suited.
Yeah,
for
that's.
Yo,
that's
just make another Fallen Order. That
That's
was
a
the
little
most
weird.
refreshing game ever, bro. I fucking loved Fallen Order so much, bro.
Mhm.
Preach. And I didn't even think you liked Fallen Order.
Bro, that was my game of the year.
He was taking
Game of the
quite a
year.
bit of screenshots, if I recall.
Because I remember I brought that up. It was on the PS5, the PS5 version. Did you go back to play it? The free upgrade?
I played it on PC.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. I got you.
I didn't play at 720p. I paid at 4K.
I mean, hey, at least you upgraded to 1440p. You know.
Big Cloud, I'm gonna listen. I'm letting you get away with these little. Listen,
with you.
I'm gonna. That's okay.
I'm
You can keep getting the. Look, you can hit me with a couple jabs. That's cool.
Have some fun all weekend.
Dude, I thought Blaze was about to say I'm about to headbutt you in a couple minutes.
Listen, I'm just letting you know. And let him have his show. It's Big Cloud. I love him. I love him.
I gotta pick my fun at him till we get to.
Bro, once he gets going, bro, oh my god, bro, it's like a radio you can't shut. You ever play Follow, one of them radios you can't shoot? You try to shoot it, it's still going. God damn, bro.
That is kind of accurate. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Hey man, the pixels.
Trying to shut the radio off, and he's like,
pixels. Wow. Hey, I hear you, Blaze. The pixels. All right, no more. I'm done. He's giving me that look. No more, Blaze. No more. He's giving me that look. Oh gosh! Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got an update on God of War, man. We got a new video from Sony. They showed it off on the official site. The game looks much more sharper, much more detailed. They added some more, polish to the game. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna show it. So on
PS5.
I think it's PS5.
It's PS5.
Really?
Yeah.
It's more polished. I'm gonna show it.
It was basically through they were trying to show off accessibility, but they showed one of the scenes from the trailer, but it looks different than the trailer that we got in September in terms of even color as well.
Yeah, the lighting
lighting
was
looks
different.
better.
There's a better Kratos is breathing out a cold breath. It looks a little bit.
That too.
Really,
better.
that's dope. I like that. Yo.
I'm gonna mute the sound for it. But
Yeah. Well, I'll bring this up after. Yeah, play it.
That way everybody can just see it. You guys can talk over it, obviously. But here it is right here. Here's the new look at God of War. And you guys can appreciate the details. It looks a lot better. So here it is. Make sure we're at 1440p. Yes, we are.
World premiere.
There she is. I mean, you guys see the fibers of the hair on the fur and everything. It looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, the wind effects on the fur looks pretty cool.
Hey, you know what, Hunter? I was just thinking too. Shout out to them for doing this, because they could have easily not did that. And when the next God of War comes out, people will be comparing wow, you can actually see his breath. You could, they would be saying, look at all these. You know what I mean? But they threw it on there, bro. They must be confident as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah. I don't know when it's. That's the thing. We don't know when it's dropping. It's all speculation when it's dropping, but
bro, I can't wait to play this. I think
June is where we're gonna get something for it. I do at this point.
Yeah, I mean it's for sure coming this year. It was really funny because I tweeted out. I had a quick peek at when Sony announces the accessibility features of their games, and then how many days until the game's release, and they do it right around the launch. Every time they've announced accessibility, it's been within a week. Sometimes I think the longest was 20 days before launch. So I tweeted that out, and then people were replying, thinking that I was saying that God of War was going to come out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, dude, my intent went right over their head. The intent was they only announced the accessibility when the games are essentially good to ship. They showed off the UI in this huge long PlayStation blog post. The UI looks like it's completely done, and the fact that they have all these features already in there and implemented and they're working, this game is almost done. Right, it's coming out this year for sure. I'd be there's just, could you imagine them announcing the accessibility features and then the game comes out in spring 2023?
Listen, exact Hunter. When they're showing accessibility features, that just that just shows you bro, that's polish on top of polish. The fact that that's already ready, You know what I mean? Like that, the game is coming out. I absolutely, you know. And bro, look at the whole DLC shit. Like, you know, it's cool, whatever. But
Here it is.
you know
Yeah,
that does look
posted the
substantially
video.
better, bro. And look at once you're playing the game, it's a whole different ball game, man.
Here's
Like once I'm playing that shit on my OLED, wow.
Yeah. On top of what we saw, they also showed off again, like we just said, the accessibility features. Here's the actual screen right here. You guys check out the subtitles, all that stuff there. Improvements, whatnot. So it looks good.
Yeah, I think they have the video
very
in this
excited.
article.
Yeah, this might be the one, right? Is it this one? Let me see.
Dude, I have to say too,
down.
like
XL subtitles. Okay, so it might
some
be
of these
Yeah, that one.
yeah, color
some of these
subtitles.
accessibility features are like they're just so awesome, and I have to say, like, even in some of the past Sony games, I've actually used some. Like, here's the thing, like, I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that are watching that are like super young, 20 years old. I consider 20 years old to be young. 20 years old, like late 20s. Like, dude, I'm not getting any younger, and like as I get older, I kind of appreciate some of these things, right? Like there's a few games, like a few Sony games in the past year where it's like I like to sit like way back from my TV. I'm usually like 10 feet or something away, and so like if I can increase the subtitle by like one font size, make it a little bit easier to read, or put a little background on the font size, like all the better. I remember like for Horizon Forbidden West, they introduced like a new accessibility feature, like I think it was like a week or two after the game came out, but it was one where you could like basically just kind of like automatically pick up like crap on the
auto
ground
loot,
auto loot, yeah.
without having the animation,
bro.
right?
Just like Ghost of Tsushima, you just ride over it.
Yeah, I'm just exactly. But every time before, you're drooping
You
down,
have to like go through the pocket. That was the only. I hated that for Red Dead 2. Like I applauded it in the beginning, but it got so tedious down the road, especially when you had to do those challenges where you like he's conveniently going, okay, let me go to this pocket, let me move this. Man, it got tedious.
I love that
like,
shit, but yeah.
Like even a
You know,
couple times. I don't know if you guys have,
like it the first time, Blaze, but as you've been doing it for like let's say for 3 hours. Are you gonna like it the same?
No, that's not enough. Like immersion is immersion. There's certain games though with Horizon, you're constant like Red Dead. You're not crafting arrows, running on the go, stop and running. Like Horizon, it makes sense, but Red Dead, it's like like, I don't know. I get it though. It should be there for everything. And like I know Big Cloud loved the accessibility features for Last of Us 2. He did the unlimited ammo, and he did the remember you did the unlimited health and ammo?
No.
Yeah, you told me that's how you played it. You couldn't die.
No.
You had so much fun. You told me.
Listen, I don't
so
play
he
on
likes
Blaze.
that shit.
I don't play on Blaze difficulty at 1440p. I play at 4K, grounded level. You know, what I mean? I go all out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and you know what, Hunter? What we brought up on my podcast, we were talking about like games already look so good that they're missing the attention to detail. Like when you're shooting something and everything's glued, like Resident Evil Village, I think Red brought up, it's a great point. That game is beautiful, and all the props, all the candles, all the dishes, they're all glued. They're glued down, like they're just cemented. Like there's no movement, there's no animation, there's nothing, and that's what they're missing in gaming. It's like the little things. Like the games already look really, really good. Just add some life to the environments, man. Your surroundings, make shit break and move, and you shoot a fucking jar of fucking jelly and let that shit. Like I'm just like these were things that were in PS2 games, so you expected, like I don't know.
You know what the
just
biggest
expected
crime
to
is?
see it.
It goes back to what we saw in Salicast. The biggest crime right now, I would say, is what we've got in GTA 4 compared to what we're getting now in open world games.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The detail. A lot of people don't appreciate GTA 4's detail. I mean, granted, like the visuals, had like that weird gray color gamut on it. If you play it on PC, they get, you can fix that. But
all PS3 games had that gray layer, bro. All of them, bro.
That layer. But when you look at it now and you look at what they squeezed into that game, like for example, you shooting somebody in the leg and you see them like limping away, trying to, or shoot them in both legs, they crawl away, or them holding.
Bro, what did Rev say? He bumped into a girl holding a coffee cup, and this is Grand Theft Auto 4. This girl's holding a coffee cup. She drops the coffee cup. he picks up the coffee cup and throws it at her. Just little things like that. Like, yo, she's holding a cup, you bump into her, she drops it, you pick up the cup, throw it at. Like, that shit is just not even on Grand Theft Auto 5. It's not there. It's like,
yeah. You know what's crazy too? The way they react to getting hit by cars in GTA 4 compared to 5. You notice that?
yeah, awesome.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it actually, like, yo, some actual impact hit them to make them fly in GTA.
Hunter,
4.
go watch this channel called Compat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, the best channel in the history of YouTube. Just go watch like Grand Theft Auto 4 versus 5. And he'll show off Far Cry 5 versus 2. And you'll be blown away exactly what I'm saying about people. Go watch Compat's video. He shows like comparisons. And you see the older games, they're not up to par lighting and textures and shit. But when it comes to everything else, it's like the physics systems on these older games, they put so much time and effort. Now they just want to make a beautiful world, and they expect us to be dumb. We just run through the world and not stop and smell the roses. Bro, I stop and smell the roses, man. I'm not trying to,
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Seeing the car physics, the damage wise, when I don't know if you seen them when Rev was driving that hearse, and like a big chunk of the car was like dented in. I was sitting going, damn, we can't do that in GTA 5. How much detail was in that? So,
yeah,
dude, man, oh my god,
yeah, it's sad, bro.
yeah.
But Compat, man, definitely go sub to that guy. That guy's a fucking beast.
Jeff, why'd you
Hunter,
hide
trust me.
DDP? I didn't hit him, but
Yeah.
why'd you hide him?
Yeah, I was like looking at the comments.
Yeah, what do you do? I don't get it. Don't.
Maybe he
don't-
did it on accident.
Oh, you
I don't know.
probably. I unhid you, DDP. You're good. Anyway, move back here. I guess we'll move it back. Again, not much going on. So, guys, feel free to chime in the chat if you guys want to talk about anything that we're not talking about. If you guys want to. Oh, you good? You good, Jeff. So another thing going into this June speculation of what could possibly happen has been Final Fantasy VII Remake. So big talk about that. That's going to be a part of it, part 2. That's going to be part of the reveal for June, or that's going to be the big thing for June. And then I guess if they do show God of War, which obviously it would be God of War there, unless Sony's doing something with Jeff Keighley. Because, Jeff Keighley has the Summer Games Fest and Game Awards, and that's with IMAX. I don't know. It's kind of... They can do something, but at the same time, they don't have to, if that makes sense, for God of War. Because they have a cop-out right here with just Jeff Keighley. Save their time.
Yeah,
I thought the rumors was Final Fantasy 16, but are you saying it's Remake Part 2?
So Square, I think, is having some sort of thing where... I think in June they may show something off of FF7 Remake Part 2. I don't know
because I know I think they're what is it, like the 25th anniversry celebration?
Yeah, something with that.
Okay.
That's coming up.
Yeah,
But
okay. I thought that was for Final Fantasy 16, but I don't know, man. I'd actually be a little surprised if they announce. It is the anniversary, so they might do it, but I would like.
It might
I'm
be
just
CGI though, so that's...
yeah. I'd be surprised if they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 before 16.
No, I think they might show it both. They might do both.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because Remake Part 2, I doubt is coming out next year. So that's like 2 years or 3 years away.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, I just assumed that Final Fantasy 16 would be like close to release or even after release before they finally get like the hype train going for Remake part 2. But you never know. It's different teams, so they might just want to go all out. But I think probably a lot of these things would end up happening at a Sony event as well. I think that Sony has marketing rights to Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
So my guess is that it would show at a Sony event versus at a Square. I know, like in the past years for E3, like sometimes Square Enix would actually have a press conference and they would show trailers that were already shown at other other conferences.
Yeah. That was like 4 or 5 Kingdom Hearts trailers at E3.
Hey, Red Hood, how's that Final Fantasy one piece at a time going for you, buddy?
Oh, no.
1 piece at a time? Remake? Dude, I love Remake Part 1.
You love the remake. But when you get in the next piece,
Dude, I could just play the original. I mean, they're setting up in terms
what's
of
the point? What do you
remake.
mean? What do you mean you play the original? What's the point though? Don't you want to continue playing it?
So like, remake part 2 is going in a different direction than the original game is. It's
Yeah.
like a different timeline essentially.
Yeah, wait till they
Yeah.
repackage all of it. I wonder how much you're paying for that.
Dude, it's like I feel the same way towards Final Fantasy Remake as I do with God of War. God of War 2018 is a story that never ended, and it's going to continue when Ragnarok hits. It's the same thing. Like
That's
it's
not the same thing, Hunter.
dude. It's because it's a completely different timeline. It's not. It's if it's like a strictly like 1-to-1 remake, then sure, I see it. But like they've already diverged off of what happened in the original Final Fantasy
Yeah,
7. And
exactly.
this is
That's a
a
big
completely, it's like a multiverse type thing. It's completely new
That's
universe.
not what the purists say. They say they've changed some things they definitely changed some things, but it's still. That's why they called it Final Fantasy 7,
But
right?
It still had the beats, but
the
it's
biggest
definitely
changes happened at the
divergent.
end.
Yep.
The biggest change, like part 1 was literally a remake of Final Fantasy 7, at least like the first little bit of it, until the very end, where it was like you're like, wait a minute, this totally is not going in the same direction as this other one. So it's another story, another completely different universe.
Yeah, but
And
a
then they
piece
did,
of it, really,
Yuffie as
Redwood,
well.
you're gonna count one piece at the end, even if the game was exactly the same. Like I'm just saying, guys. Like well, I don't want to, whatever. It is what it is. I'm just saying. I don't think that's a fair comparison at all. My opinion, though. Don't hate.
I'm just saying that I don't think this is going to be a 1-to-1. So it's a brand new story.
How
So
many pieces do you think they'll?
Probably 3, like 3 in total. It depends if they try to do Crisis Core before that, but I
Yeah.
doubt it. Maybe they might do Crisis Core via DLC
Or add it
expansion
in,
for
yeah.
part 2, like Yuffie. Even though Yuffie didn't even, Yuffie was like in terms of her backstory in the game, like all that wasn't even in. There was like kind of like was it Cerberus or whatever, something like that.
Cerberus,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's just like they're adding a lot of like the Final Fantasy like lore within 7 Remake. Like they're adding a lot.
Yeah, like my gut sense is that they're gonna visit like a lot of the same places from Final Fantasy 7, but obviously this timeline is different, and it's probably going to be a very different story.
Yeah, and I think 2 of those main characters will be teaming up at part 3. I believe that.
Yeah, I could
as
see
well.
that. Okay. Moving away from that, this right here, ironically, I was thinking about putting this in the title, but I already know if I was done that, it would have been like, everybody like, wait, what? So, the Sony boss, Kenichiro Yoshida, basically said the acquisition of Bungie will help them achieve, will help them obviously improve their live service game capabilities, but it's also going to help them become more of a multi-platform company. Now, a lot of people we're talking about this, and they're like going, okay, multi-platform, is Sony getting out of the whole competitive aspect and just becoming more so of a publisher? And that's the reason why I didn't put that in the title, because I see a lot of people saying they're like, oh, they're not going to be, people are going to flip that and go, oh, Sony's not going to be the same. Sony's doing this because, the whole Activision debacle. I mean, if that was the case, wouldn't you say that about Microsoft as well? You know what I mean? No, I don't think they're doing that.
People like
they
the whole like Sony should never change. Sony should be the same forever. Is wishful thinking that's not based in reality. Like, unfortunately, we live in reality where things are there's new competitors that are constantly coming in. The games industry today is completely different than what it was, 2 generations ago.
Agreed.
Which was way different than 2 generations before that, right? Like so Sony is not going to get away from their core of amazing single player epic story driven games, right? We got God of War
for sure, but that's about it. Like, I'd say what
like they're obviously the thing like, here's the thing, like every company wants to grow their business, That's if you do not want to grow your business, you shouldn't even be in business. If you want to just
Exactly.
have the same user base, the same revenues year after year, nothing ever changing, you should probably get out of business. That's my opinion. So Sony obviously wants to grow their business, and the console space is like super saturated right now, right? It's very, if you look at the revenues of Sony year after year, they have actually increased slightly, but they've been around like the 20 to 25 billion annual revenue now for quite some time, right? Quite some time. Years and years they've been at that level. And what if they want to get to 30? What if they want to get to 35, right? Like, what are they going to do? They got to change. They're gonna buy Bungie that's multi-platform, so they get the Xbox revenues for that game. They're gonna introduce some live service games, which is gonna hopefully bump up their revenues. Even like with like the way the competitive space is going, if they actually end up losing some of the Activision games, some of these like live service games that they're gonna release are just gonna replace the revenues that they would have got if Activision was still releasing their games on their platform. So they're not even like. They might not even grow. They're just defending their base that they currently have, right?
Exactly.
So like if Sony has their next conference and it's all multiplayer games and absolutely no games that Sony traditionally makes, right? Then sure, I understand people freaking out, but they won't. They're gonna have both. They're gonna have multiplayer and they're gonna have great single player games.
Everybody's gonna have like that initial shock reaction, like when they see change, but we see it all the time. They settle in eventually with it, and that's kind of how PlayStation guys kind of always, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think too. Like I would like, my guess is that a lot of these games will end up being like, say, Uncharted or The Last of Us that have multiplayer components, but also have the epic single player game. That's what I see like a bunch of Sony games are gonna do, right? Look, Ghost of Tsushima, it's the same thing, right? Like they released Legends as a DLC a little while after the game,
and it did really well. Yeah,
the game, but like I could see this being like a core component. It'll be like similar to, say, like Halo, that has like an equal weight on their campaigns and their multiplayer. Same with Gears of War, right? Like a large focus on both. That's what I see Sony doing. So I don't really see the point of freaking out until because Sony even announced. Here's the other thing too, is like Sony. It was like Herman Host, like a few months ago, announced that they had 25 plus games in production. And that was like corroborated with other Sony execs that also said the same thing. But then they also said that they're going to have about 10 multiplayer.
10 live service.
Right. So do the math. 15 single player.
Yeah.
Right. Do the math. It's 15 single player, 10 multiplayer. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'll play the 15 single player game.
It's going to be interesting how Uncharted falls into that, because they did try a little bit. I think we can already say they tried it with Uncharted 4. You remember the DLC? Not DLC, but the microtransactions in that game? They were trying a lot for it, for that one, with the little treasure chest stuff that you can do. They were trying it. But aside from that, they also did for Uncharted 4 or 2, which I loved, but a lot of people probably weren't on board with. They changed the multiplayer with like an MOG type of element. I don't know if y'all remember, but you know when you got to the menu of it, you see like this little video playing, and like dudes commentating over the game, like they're at, like,
yeah. You're talking about like their Naughty Dog TV. I know, like
that right.
Some of like wasn't that a thing since like the other Uncharted games too?
Yeah, but they were really pushing it like it was like the next tier MOG. You know what I mean? Like, this is the next game to look out for. Now that they got Bungie helping with multiplayer, I'm wondering if this is going to be like the perfected, you know what I mean? The perfected one. Because Uncharted 4 was really good, in my understanding, the multiplayer. They actually improved on the hit detection. It was fun. I do think, though, now that they got Bungie helping out, this should be perfect.
But dude, that's, you actually just raised like a really good point, which is, to all the people that are freaking out about Sony focusing on multiplayer games, think back to Sony's history. I personally, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree, they've had a lot of really awesome multiplayer games. Like Sony typically doesn't have, aside from like Mag, which bombed, but like look how oh my gosh, look how fun. What the heck is going on?
This guy.
Look at
oh my god.
anyone who played MotorStorm, great multiplayer. Anyone who played Wipeout, great multiplayer. SOCOM, great multiplayer. Resistance had good multiplayer. Uncharted had great multiplayer. The Last of Us had great multiplayer. I played a little bit after it came out, but like Ghost of Tsushima's Legends, I enjoyed it. Like it was fun. Am I going to play it for like months and years? No, because that's not what I do. But I still enjoyed a lot of these games, and most people that I see who have played these Sony multiplayer games will say they're good, right?
They're good, but they're not good to the point where it's like, okay, this is my replacement for this. You know what I mean? Like for this multiplayer game. Like it took me years to get off of Call of Duty. Then I found Rocket League. Rocket League got me off of Call of Duty. And I don't even play Rocket League no more. If I'm saying Rocket League was the game that got me away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody would really say that there's been a multiplayer level game from Sony that's like, yeah, this is like pulled me away from all this. You know what I mean? Like, for example, as much as we love factions, I don't know if you like factions a lot, Hunter, but I love factions for multiplayer. As much as I love factions multiplayer, I wouldn't say that factions would pull me away from Call of Duty if I was still a Call of Duty mark like I was. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. I would say like the only ones that I played consistently is the racing games. I was pretty big with Wipeout and MotorStorm. But I know obviously SOCOM had like a long history of having a huge fan base. But maybe like here's the thing too, like. Is that necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, I played factions for maybe like 3 months, and then I moved on to other stuff.
You played more than Blaze. Blaze only played for like 4 days. He dipped. So. Yeah, Blaze, you're here. I didn't know you were there. You're quiet. Blaze, what's up, dude? Baby, Jody.
Hey, Cloud, you take your medication,
Jody. No, jeez.
Jody, baby!
You cut Hunter off. He had a great... See, Hunter, you see what he cut you off to do for what? For a cheap shot? Let the man talk, man. I thought of a friend. Oh, man. Go ahead, Hunter, before you were interrupted.
I think the problem and the reason why a lot of their multiplayer games haven't had longevity is because Sony traditionally has released multiplayer elements and then pretty much just kind of left it like that, right? Like... Mm-hmm. Did Legends have a battle pass, and did it have new content every month, and did it have like new maps and new different like classes that you could choose? Like no, like it pretty much came out, and it was a one and done thing. They just kind of, but that's what Sony needs to do to change things, I think, and to keep people involved with it. Release a SOCOM. And every month have a new map and have new weapons and new gameplay elements into it. Like have seasons, have battle passes, have all that stuff. That's the kind of thing I think that's really going to keep people engaged and coming back.
Yeah, good point. Red, you want to add on to that? You agree?
Oh, like I said, like I always agree with like the SOCOM sentiment that skins, like customizing your weapons with, I don't know, like decals or something like that, like modding it, but of course no gameplay advantages, just making it look cool and like padding on like your character or different like things. Like I definitely think if they do that with season passes and not be as egregious as Halo, they definitely would have a market for that.
I don't know. I'm in, like I said, I'm in the server with these guys, and I'm gonna bring that up. I'm just curious on what the hardcore SOCOM fans think. At this point, though, I think they wouldn't complain. If they wanted to add skins, I think they would jump in a heartbeat. Like I talked to these guys, they bought PS4s hoping for a SOCOM. A lot of them have not bought PS5s. A lot of SOCOM guys are on PC or on PS2. Believe it or not, people are on their PS2s playing with me. But the thing is, they'll jump and buy a PS5 in a heartbeat. So I don't think, they got to get it right, but at the same time, they're not gonna, they'll take it.
Well, the good thing is that Sony is in the process of acquiring Bungie, and they've made it like abundantly clear that Bungie is going to meet with the other studios and pass on their learnings, right? Like if there's one multiplayer game that's had a sustained audience for many, many years, it's been Destiny, right? Like Bungie is a master at doing that. So if they can sit down with Insomniac Games and Naughty Dog and all of these amazing studios and just say like here, like this is what's going to keep your audience engaged, I think that is going to be extremely valuable, probably even more valuable than even owning the Destiny IP.
Well, what's impressive about Bungie is Bungie sustained their audience, and it got more and more popular without any microtransactions, without any of that. Like people just wanted to play Halo because of the gameplay. And they have evolved with time. Like you said, Destiny's this big hit that people just won't go away from it. That's their game. That's it. So, that knowledge will be huge. For a lot of studios that just don't. That Sony doesn't dabble. It's not that Naughty Dog will sit there with the ego say, "Oh, you're telling us how to make it." We're fucking Naughty Dog. But at the same time, like they don't really dabble in multiplayer experiences. So I think it's a good look.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think that really should be brought out more as well is that it definitely seems like a lot of big Sony studios are producing multiple different games. They have multiple different teams. We just saw that I guess like Herman Hulse tweeted that he just met up with Naughty Dog.
Yeah, with Neil and Evan Wells.
Yeah, and then Neil replied with like 3 emojis, like he something like, oh, I can't wait for you guys to check out our games with 3 emojis. So they're making 3 games, obviously. Yep. And that's the thing. Like we even know, like we were talking about Guerrilla, right? Guerrilla's making a multiplayer game, but we know that Guerrilla is probably going to be making another Horizon. And if not, they're going to be making another game like that, like a third person, like open world type game. So the thing is, like, I don't actually think these multiplayer games are going to really take away from the core of Sony. It actually really does seem like Sony, for their big studios, are going to have like 2, like look at even Insomniac. Insomniac has like 4 games at least. There's at least 3 or 4. There's like the multiplayer, there's Wolverine, there's Spider-Man 2, and there's rumors of one more, right? So, they're going to have their multiplayer teams and they're going to have their single player teams, and they're going to be producing even more content than ever before. So, again, like I just don't think there's a whole lot to worry about at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Back on just to piggyback off what y'all said about Bungie, if Bungie is if Insomniac gets a lot of like support from Bungie, right, and this leads to them making, for example, a game that I've been eyeing this to Microsoft because it fits Microsoft, but if Sony makes it before Microsoft, again, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna lose hope at this point. But if that leads to Punisher being made for PlayStation, I
think anything is fair game at this point. It's pretty clear that Marvel is just gonna give Sony almost whatever they want.
That's what I'm saying.
when it comes to their IPs, like they trust trust it's gonna be the highest quality. They trust that it's going to be award winning. They trust that they're going to sell 20 million plus units of these games.
What about again, there's one character that I think would fit Sony perfectly. Everybody in the chat, y'all let me know if y'all disagree or not. But I really think Captain America will fall perfect for Sony. Now that I really think about this, you get a great.
I think Captain America falls more for Xbox.
Captain America you wouldn't think it wouldn't work for PlayStation?
It would work. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work.
Set pieces. You got the set piece, like you can have the set pieces like not Uncharted. You got the shooting mechanics you can throw in there. No,
but Captain America barely shoots like that anymore.
So I'm saying but you can have that part of it.
I would say Daredevil. I would say definitely see Daredevil for Insomniac games.
Bro, bring back fucking Deadpool. How's that?
Deadpool,
man,
we did.
Those games were funny.
We did get those.
Dude, you know how much a key for Deadpool is on Steam? It's like $400 or $500 right now. because they removed it off the store. You know,
I
Deadpool.
even have
They
that.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deadpool
Oh, yeah, I
was
thought
on
I
the
remember.
store
Yeah, you're
shelves
right.
for
I
like
don't want to see Blade.
I've got it on
couple
console, so
weeks.
Yeah.
Do you?
yeah.
Yeah, I need to get it.
You know, I don't think Blade will work personally. I don't think Blade will work.
Dude, they should like you mentioned earlier the Mandalorian. They should do that.
Yes.
Somebody like I don't Xbox or somebody should do the Mandalorian, but they should also do Moon Knight, man. I think Moon Knight is a great character. I'm
Yeah,
digging the
no,
show.
I definitely think they would actually make it rated M
What about
instead
Iron Man?
of TV.
Well, Moon Knight would be good too because like there's a lot of depth, right? There's a lot of storytelling to be had with Moon Knight, and that's exactly what Sony loves. Like imagine the conflicts between the two personalities and like the Egyptian gods. Like there's all kinds of really awesome things like set pieces. There's that plus it's also like it's in locations around the world, right? Like he like time hops to Egypt and places like that, right? So I think there's just lots of potential with that.
Well, you don't even have to do the Egyptian gods because, like, the Egyptian gods got more canonized with like the new iterations of Moon Knight. Before that, literally, it's like split personality disorder. Like the man was either thinking Khonshu was real or not, or like there was even a point where I believe Khonshu was like just a different personality within himself. That's why I said don't even have the Egyptian gods, just have the DID or so.
He said, hold on, let me go to the chat here. A lot of good points here. Donald said, honestly, Punisher could run the risk of feeling too much like Max Payne to me, but Cap is a solid idea. But Daredevil, that would be A1. So that's the thing. I don't think nobody.
Everyone's agreeing with me about Daredevil.
I don't think Punisher would be. If Punisher ended up being or feeling like Max Payne, I don't see that as a bad thing. That's a positive in my eyes, man. Max Payne is classic. That's GOAT status there. I mean, it's too bad we not get anything for the anniversary. We're getting a soundtrack, a soundtrack for Max Payne's anniversary.
I definitely see Marvel now, especially with Wolverine and Insomniac's language within that article, Wolverine and Spider-Man being like in the same universe, that it definitely seems like them making their own superhero universe.
I mean,
like
everybody exists. Yeah, everybody exists. Matt Murdock's made. Well, he didn't make a physical appearance, right? But we got.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like having
like
actual games, like connecting with each other. I definitely see that happening.
I'm actually
for sure. Isn't it? Don't they actually even have like a world name for it? There's if you look at like
I would have to look it up.
Well, if you look at the Spider-Man 2 trailer and look at the Wolverine trailer, they both have the same world name on it.
Oh yeah.
If you look on like in the bar scene with Wolverine, like I think it's like a license plate or something in the back that has the name of this particular world, and then if you look in the Spider-Man, it's the same thing.
And I find it crazy that, like, if you think about it, it's like we're having a teen-rated game as well as an M-rated game in the same universe, and we can't even get that with the mainline movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have to be a set tone. They can't be rated R.
And that's why I was like, dude, if the games can do that, I don't see why not you can't do that with like the television / movie division.
I mean, this is where Wolverine though is a perfect fit for them though. Personally, I think Wolverine, obviously, that'd be cool too. At the end of the game, we see Spider-Man.
That or you see the X-Men pop up in the end credit scene.
Yeah, even though I think they're going.
Well, they're already like hinting at the Hulk, right?
Yeah,
the Hulk was hinted in the Wolverine trailer.
Yeah, it was like what was the comic reference, right? The comic book. On the right.
Yeah, it was like the first appearance of him.
Yeah,
the comic
license plate. There it is. Somebody said in the chat. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, they have a lot of stuff. Again, I'm excited for it. It's just like, damn, I love. Again, well, that's what I love about with Sony. It's like we're just going off of for days because it's like there's so many things they can do with what we know so far, what they have, and
yeah. The only thing that I do hope is that I actually do kind of wish that Insomniac would like splinter off in the two teams or two different groups because like And Insomniac has like such a legacy and a history of amazing games, and I really don't want Insomniac to just become the Disney studio,
Yeah.
the Marvel. Do you know what I mean? Because even
Mhm.
even the multiplayer game that they're making is rumored to be Marvel as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm just hoping that somebody there is working on Resistance and
I
somebody
think
is
so.
working
They
on
got a
the
big enough studio for it because, like, remember, like they had Miles, people working on Miles. They had a part of their team working on the Spider-Man remaster. They had
True.
their other team working on Ratchet and Clank, and then their other team working on Spider-Man and now Wolverine. So it's just like definitely have.
But
They're definitely
It's
big.
all set in one universe, though. That's the thing, though. With those games with the Marvel. As far as Resistance, I mean, personally, I don't even think we. I don't know, man. I think Bluepoint would be the studio to remake stuff for them. I don't know, man. It feels like that's just the way they're going with it. Like you remake the classics,
Yeah.
let's go to Bluepoint Games.
I,
you
th-
know
I
what mean?
think I think there's like there might be a chance of a remake or a remaster. I don't think they're actually going to produce a new one. I really I can't I from what I can remember, like the Resistance games didn't do that well commercially, which is
The
obviously
No.
why
first
they're
one
I
did
think they
pretty
only did
well.
like
2
like
did
what,
well,
like
I think, but 3
let me
did
look
not.
up the sales
I think
because I
3
swear
didn't do super well.
3 sold. Was it 3 million?
I think it might have been good for the time, right?
Yeah,
Like Sony's now selling like 15,
10
20,
million a piece.
but they weren't doing that in the PS3. Like if a game sold
Yeah.
3 to 4 million, that was pretty
Okay,
decent
so I looked
back
up
then.
Resistance 3, and VG charts take a grain of salt. It says 1.43 million.
What about Uncharted? I mean, Resistance 1 and 2?
Let me see Resistance 2 sales. With this article, it's saying Resistance 2 sold 598,000 units in North America through 2008, 200,000 units in UK, and 58,432 in Japan, which was
Yikes.
about 409,270 copies worldwide in its debut week.
Oh, that's just the debut week.
That's
Okay.
debut. Myself, you said overall, my well, damn.
Let me see VG charts. So VG charts has it at 2.47 million.
Honestly, that's about right. Sounds about right. What about the
Yeah.
first one? I know the first one had like a rough start though, because the PS3 was getting crucified for that price tag.
So VG charts has it at 2.1 million.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like it's certainly enough that they could expand on it. Like it's a decent
Honestly, yeah.
base for
That was
sure.
a different time for sure. They had the media against them heavy with the PlayStation 3 at the start, and it just wasn't the perfect system at the start at all.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
like, exactly. Like Sony's in a much different state right now. Like
Mhm.
if they released a new Resistance, I could not see it selling less than like 4 to 5. If it was
Facts.
like if it was a decent like high quality Resistance, like
The
could
Insane
probably-
trilogy kind of puts that notion to rest too, for a lot of it too. Remember the Insane trilogy when we
How much
first saw
did
it?
Crash 4 sell, though?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Crash 4 did as well as the Insane Trilogy.
Insane, I'm pretty sure it did well in the PlayStation Insane trilogy.
No, I'm saying Crash 4.
Oh, you're talking about the new game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know everybody was talking more so about the racing game, right? Than that.
yeah, well yeah, there's been like constant rumors of more of that coming, but we'll see.
Yeah. There was more of a
There,
market.
I
for it.
was reading before, like just really recently, that there are rumors that another Crash game is being made, Crash 5, right? So I'm hoping that that's true, but it was like I really took the rumor as a grain of salt because the developer for that is what, Toys for Bob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like that was the studio that got absorbed into like the Call of Duty
Yep.
conglomerate, right?
Mhm.
So why, like, to me it doesn't make any sense. Why would they integrate this into, like, they had a press release saying that they are going to be working on Call of Duty going forward, right? But it doesn't make any sense to merge them into Call of Duty and then break them up and make them
Yeah.
do their own thing again. I mean, anything's possible, but it just logically it seems like they're working on Call of Duty.
Yeah. That makes sense. And speaking of Call of Duty too, that was one of my other topics. It was the deal. You guys remember the marketing deal?
Yeah.
Looks like Sony might not have that for Modern Warfare 2. Looks like Microsoft might just have that all together because Sony doesn't want to pay the marketing.
Where's
deal
it coming
for
from, though?
It's
Because-
on.
Because Sony, from what I gather, right, marketing, they have the contract set, and they pay it. I don't want to misquote. Don't they pay it up front?
Yeah, they pay it up
For
front.
the marketing deal for. No, but the thing is, in their contract, that's like saying renewing. Like,
yeah, I don't think
I totally no, but I don't think their contract expired yet.
No.
Yeah, but I remember when Modern Warfare 2 got announced, Sony had retweeted the trailer on their Twitter, but Xbox didn't.
Yeah.
Xbox had like some post about it, but they didn't retweet the trailer.
I'm getting this from a few sites. It says the company doesn't have marketing deal for Modern Warfare 2 this year.
What's the source of it? Is it just like, do you trust me on Reddit?
As recorded by Reddit. Well, there you go. There it is right
Reddit.
there.
Oh,
Reddit
baby.
User.
Okay,
There it is right
Reddit.
there. As soon as you said it, I just read this.
Reddit's a red flag, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
like I said,
read
I definitely
closely,
think Modern
like,
Warfare 2, they definitely have it. I don't know afterwards. Because they have Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, I believe. I don't know anything other than that, like after that.
The whole thing for me, like, my thing is this: do they need it at this point?
I mean, do they need it? No, but
No, I don't think they need it. But
the thing is, they like to associate Call of Duty with
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
like,
true. That's
but
true.
Modern Warfare 2 should be a bigger seller than last year's.
than like Vanguard or
I gotta
Yeah,
see it
it
personally,
should-
man. I gotta see it. We have to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, every Call of Duty is gonna sell the 20 million, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it's, I mean, it's guaranteed to be probably the biggest, if not the second, because now I guess Elden Ring is the biggest, but it's at least going to be like the number 2 game of the whole year, and
yeah,
it like of course Sony wants their name associated with that, right? So do they need it? Well, no. Does Sony need marketing rights for any game? Probably not. But do they like really want it? Hell yeah.
No.
Of course, man. Call of Duty is still, people are tweeting like it's a dead franchise, but it's not.
it's still got a dedicated fan base. Like I could say it's dead right now, and then like next week, if it dropped next week, it would do 10 million or 5 million opening or something like it.
Yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
gonna
like
be big.
Vanguard was the number 1 best-selling game of the last 12 months until Elden Ring just took it over.
Yeah. Which says a lot, because I'm seeing everybody in the chat. Everybody's, people saying Vanguard was trash. Hey, man, people bought it though.
Yeah, but
that's the thing about
like
Call of Duty.
we're
They
not
buy it.
we're not the Call of Duty audience, man.
Yeah.
Dude, the Call of Duty audience are the casual people that don't listen to podcasts, that don't read gaming news, that it's like they're just people that all they do. That's all.
I would even argue
that's
with you
the
that it's
one
not
game
them.
that they do every Christmas. They get the new Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and they spend 12 months playing that Call of Duty.
I would argue with you. I don't even think it's them though. It's mostly the kids. The little kids are
the kids.
Yeah, it's the kids are the big
Sure.
part of Call of
Well,
Duty's
it's both of them, but
audience.
yeah. The kids are probably just as big as as like the casual.
Yeah, that's them kids buying them custom limited edition, them collector's edition stuff like that. And that was great. They made a killing with Black Ops 2. You remember the little drone? You know what I'm talking about? Remember the little drone, the little flying drone? They had that. They had the RC car. They had so much stuff, and people bought it in droves day one. I don't.
Yeah.
It just yeah.
Yeah, I think like Sony ideally would have secured the Call of Duty marketing. I would say probably like in an ideal situation this year, probably next year, and maybe the year after. But I would say like if they have the next 2 years on lock, then they're in a really good situation, because the thing is they just need to give their studios time to pump out these multiplayer games, like the Jade Raymond partnership, the Deviation Games.
Yeah.
like Deviation Games is probably, hopefully, making the Call of Duty killer, right? But Sony just needs like a little bit of buffer time. Give Deviation Games another couple of years, and then they're going to release their Call of Duty killer, and then they can focus 100% on that.
I agree. Now, they make that. I will say this about Deviation Games. If Deviation Games, you can quote me on this, Hunter. If Deviation Games makes this game, and let's say this game is the next, you know what I mean? This is what Call of Duty should be, right? It's well received. And they managed to make this into a service game like, let's say, Halo Infinite. And they managed to properly do this. You're going to have to talk, man.
Dude, it's gonna be like it's gonna be such a crazy gen because the one constant that we always hear about, and it's just like it's super annoying, but it's like on the PlayStation side, it's always like, oh, look at our like story driven walking simulators, and then on the Xbox side, it's like, oh, look, we got all like the best multiplayer, right? But in 6 or 7 years time, it could be a very different conversation.
Yeah,
you've got Destiny with and Bungie. Like it looks like they're going to be multiplayer, but I mean, like, who knows in the future? Like, who knows 5 years, 10 years?
I just don't want to be space. You know, I want it boots on the ground. You know, grounded, just properly done.
Or there could be at least like exclusive things that make like PlayStation the place to play Destiny. Right, but they've got like 10 multiplayer games out, and they've got like people that are making these games that have made the biggest multiplayer games ever. Yeah. Like the Deviation team is like ex Call of Duty folks, right? So I mean, like there's super high potential. But just imagine like even 2 or 3 of these big multiplayer games like really taking off, right? Really like being like the next Destiny. Right? Mm-hmm. Imagine Sony has like 3 Destinies. It's just going to be such an interesting gen because like we're not going to have that conversation anymore. It's not going to be like Sony's the walking sim console and Xbox is the multiplayer.
Right. Yeah,
Sony's going to have everything.
Yeah, that's true.
But potentially, they're going to. You want multiplayer? We got the biggest multiplayer. You want story driven, first person or third person story driven games. Like we got all those too, right?
Yep. Agreed. Shout out to Samurai. He actually said this to me on Twitter. Take-Two and Zynga will merge on Monday, and one of the biggest ever deals.
That's yeah.
Well, Take-Two already purchased them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No, okay.
This was the like this happened in like January, didn't it? It was like a couple months ago, or February. It happened at the beginning of the year. The more interesting news, and this actually broke while we were talking. Did you guys see the news that Jeff Keighley tweeted out?
What did he say
about? He said NBC was just about to buy EA.
Yeah, and it fell through.
It literally just fell apart at the last minute. Like,
whoa.
We could have had a big like E3 announcement that NBC Universal is the owner of EA.
Yeah, and Jeff said the other people that were looking to also acquire EA was Disney, Amazon, and what was the other one?
I don't want Amazon anywhere near you.
Yeah, like this is like, man, like what a wild time. The good thing about
Amazon, Apple. There you go. Apple.
The good thing about companies like that is probably they would still keep EA and any other similar type publishers multi-platform. It doesn't make any sense for like, Disney to buy EA and then
right. Isn't that weird, right? Yeah. Because they didn't want anything to do with the gaming industry in terms of their like studios, because they had LucasArts and all this stuff when they got it, and they just axed all their studios.
But remember, LucasArts wasn't really making crazy bank for them, like. Because remember, before they only had it with one company, EA, and that was the Battlefront.
My thing is,
series.
They
made some great games too.
LucasArts made a lot of good games, so it just didn't make sense to me as to why they
print money Disney, the way they were.
Wasn't Disney the one that was behind like Split Second, the racing game, and obviously Disney Infinity was like that was like it was huge at some point until the whole like toys to life concept imploded.
Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know. I don't think I would trust Disney.
No.
No.
I mean, they've. I mean, okay. I've seen what they did with Star Wars with the whole hotel thing. 6,000. I don't know if you saw it, Hunter. 6,000.
What's your reservation? I'm just really curious. Like,
Just because like they had all those studios and then they just was like, let me just axe them. And it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, and then let's license our IP out to developers that can make the games, right? And now they're just like, okay, let's just buy EA now. It's just like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Good point.
Like Amazon, I wouldn't want Amazon either. Apple, I
Who
said
does
maybe
Amazon?
Apple.
Amazon owns Radio Dawn, right?
No,
Or was that
That's
Facebook?
Facebook Gaming.
It was Facebook owns
but doesn't Disney owns ESPN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that's why, right? Like, I think they just want to find like synergies between that and like I think probably the main thing that they want and they're interested with EA is their sport titles, right? I don't think I can't really see Disney caring about anything else. Like, I would be concerned with things like Dead Space and just any other property that they have, but I can see why Disney would want to buy them based on that synergy. Like they could like promote all of their games like widely through ESPN.
And then also think about it like this too. They could just go around saying, you know what, for the Marvel games and Star Wars licenses, yeah, we're gonna stop giving that out and just having EA, which we own now, to make those games now.
Yeah, I think I would be definitely more in favor of that if Disney had sort of like a hybrid approach where it's like we want to, let's say we buy EA and we want to keep all their sports titles internal and build at EA, but we'll outsource or license out things like Dead Space.
Yeah.
Like I'd be in favor with that. Like I think you in your original tweets about this episode bit, like you mentioned the Callisto game,
as well.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is like it's made by the
it's still in track
Space
to come out this year. They were on the cover of Game Informer, I believe, and we haven't got any. Well, obviously we've heard anything else for it, so I'm guessing. And Jeff Keighley just
They showed a screenshot too of the game.
Yeah, it looks great. By the way, the screenshot looks really gory, but I'm guessing that's probably going to be a Jeff show, probably.
I don't know when was the I just watched the trailer like a few days ago, but when was it released?
It never released.
No, it did. Game Awards. I don't know what year it was though.
It was probably two years ago then. Maybe 2 years ago.
I just watched it recently and because I just want to like remind myself what this is and then I was like oh shit, it's like Aliens.
No, it's
like
I saw it as Dead Space reimagined personally, because you got like the HUD on your back, the little bars.
It's just the monsters look different.
Yeah. I saw it as like their other version of Dead Space, because now we're getting, ironically, when we got that game, that's when we got the report
and
of
this
Dead
is
Space
in
remake.
the PUBG universe, right?
Remake.
As well as PUBG is publishing it, I believe, too, right?
Yeah. So,
I'm
excited for it because I want to be. I love their style of horror. Like Dead Space was so good. I can only imagine how much more creepy this could be from them. So I'm excited for it. One game I haven't seen though, and this game went dark. Who remembers Quantum Error?
Oh, I remember Quantum Error, but
I haven't heard anything
I don't know.
Quantum Error.
That game was, I believe, it was supposed to be a launch title.
Yes, never dropped.
And we're now a year and a half after, and then like there was that kerfuffle of like they announced it as a PS5 exclusive, and then it was like, oh, by the way, no, actually it's gonna be multi-platform, and everyone was like freaking out because it's like you knew you were gonna get attention for your game when you announced it as a PS5 exclusive. Like you just like capitalize on that marketing, and then as soon as you had people interested, that's when you flipped and made it a multi-platform. I don't really care. I actually think it's better. I think it's like the more people that can play it, the better. But it was just like I feel like it's almost like abandoned to me, where it's like I don't know like what's going on. Like why is it a year and a half later? Like when is it coming out? I don't know. I sort of was following it, and then I fell off like a few months ago, and I just said I was like I told myself I'll just wait until something happens, like Sony announces it in a state of play or like a release date gets announced, because
Yeah.
it did actually look pretty good. Certainly looked
I was,
looked
you know,
it
I
looked
think I
dead
was just
spacey.
thirsty for a horror game. You know, we didn't, because, you know, it feels like we go the longest without those games. Good ones, at
Yeah.
least, the horror games, you know what I mean? So when I saw Quantum Error, I was okay. You got my attention. Then it was like, okay, we didn't hear nothing for him. Then we got Resident Evil. And as much as I love Village, right? I love the cast, everybody we got to talk to. That one was more action, you know what I mean? It wasn't horror
Yeah.
based. That one was more action. The more you get to it, so it's like
Spe-
we didn't have a good horror game, like a full fledged horror.
Speaking of horror, it was somebody on like Reset Era found this, and then I did some of my own research and tweeted it out. I think just yesterday. But did you guys see like there's this new studio? I believe they're called Swizzle Kiss. Really strange name, but Swizzle Kiss is I believe the name of the studio. But it's a new indie studio that's based out of Berlin, and they are making, it appears to be PlayStation 5 console exclusive. It's also coming to PC. But it's a horror game, and it's set like in their job description it says that they are a fully funded PlayStation partner, which means probably it seems like Sony is funding this team. So there's going to be like, I don't know, another first party studio, or at least like a second party studio agreement in place here. And then there were some pretty big names that were like big names from the indie scene that were I think it was like two of the folks from the Stanley Parable. And then yeah, go check it out, man. Just do a search for Swizzle Kiss horror title.
Swizzle Kiss.
Obviously it's like a new studio and it's gonna be a few years off, but
Yeah.
but I just thought it was like really interesting because, like, again, it's just like another example of Sony like fully funding studios to produce games. So that I think this gen there's going to be just so many different types of games that come out.
Swizzle Kiss. Okay. Found somebody's video on it.
Let me see if I can
Eh,
just do if you just do a search for Swizzle Kiss PS5. Yeah, Swizzle Kiss. It's SWIZZLE, and then Kiss. It's 2 words, Swizzle Kiss. So just do a search for Swizzle Kiss PS5, and then like PlayStation Lifestyle wrote about it, Gaming Bolt. Yeah, I'm looking at a bunch of
so SWIZZLE Kiss.
SWIZZ or ZZ.
Oh,
Sorry,
ZZ.
I'm
sorry.
sorry. I'm speaking Canadian again. ZZ. SWIZZLE.
LE.
And then Kiss.
Okay. This is what comes up. Ironically, I'm getting a bunch of Spider-Man reference. I don't know. What to say. You see that on the screen?
Yeah, so it's a studio out of Berlin that is led by Alicia Conte, who previously worked on the Stanley Parable. Yeah. Ultra Deluxe, also serving as a director at his development studio, Crows. She's joined by Jessica Curry of Dear Esther and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture fame. Other names attached to this project include Arshia Bismal, who is a producer at Phenomena. Not sure what that is, but Tom Schley and William Poe, both of whom were Conte's colleagues at the Stanley Parable.
All right. Can you see the screen? The show? Can you see it? Is this the game?
Let me see. Whoops. Sorry, I got out. Give me 1 sec. Let me just load it up and see.
Mm-hmm. Eastern said that's
What?
not.
Oh, you're playing a video?
Yeah, playing a video.
Is this Swizzle Kiss?
This is what came
This,
up.
this, no, dude, this looks like
Yeah,
looks
that
like
was real.
a
PlayStation's back
PS1
in horror
game.
by Indie Devs Swizzle Kiss.
Are you looking on Google? Just
I'm
go
on
to
YouTube.
Google.
Oh, just go to Google.
Oh no, no, there's gonna be nothing on.
Oh,
on
it was
YouTube.
not on YouTube. Okay, I was like, wait, it's on YouTube?
Well, there's no trailer or anything like that. People
Oh, so
found
they're
a job.
just okay.
People
they're
found a
still in
job
sketches.
description.
I got
There's
you.
no trailer. They haven't even announced this game. Like I'm pretty sure that this is a Sony first party funded game that they were going to announce down the road, but somebody had found a job description and was like, "Hey, I've never heard of Swizzle
So
Kiss,
is
and
this you wanted me to
who are these people making a mysterious horror game?"
Yeah, here it is. It's this right here, Mysterious Studio PS5 Arcade. I was like, wait, is this it? Because I'm like, Swizzle Kiss. This is what came up.
Yeah.
I see this guy playing. I'm like, oh, well, is that it? So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that's it, and based on the names that are associated with it, I'm pretty excited. Seems like they've got a lot of talented people. So I guess we'll just have to. But it's just like it's always funny how we always just like every now and again we just find like these like random things. It's like, oh, like okay, so there's another PlayStation console
Yeah,
exclusive.
They're covered on all aspects, which is great for game. You know, just a matter of when they drop. You know what I mean? That's just the thing about Sony right now. Was I bringing up here? I think I had it. All right, so the last two things I had, these are quick. I don't think any of you guys will care for this. I know Red Hood probably is about to be over the moon when I'm about to say this, but Red Hood, your favorite game of all time, is free to play now.
Well, what's that? What game?
Fall
is that?
Guys, free to play.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll play. But Fall Guys got confirmed to be free to play. That's gonna be happening. Shout out to Jeff Keighley. It's gonna happen with the season 1 free for all, June 21st. So that's when it's gonna be free to play. And I'm just scrolling down here. Did we miss anything? Obviously, Bethesda. We already covered that.
I'm pretty happy with. I mean, I certainly hope that Fall Guys gets more of an audience. I think that it's one of those games where it's just like, for me, it just fell victim of there's too many games, there's too many online games, there's too many multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
My backlog is huge. I played Fall Guys probably quite a bit, I would say, when it came out. Like the first couple of months I was playing it. I'm playing it a little bit now just because my son just got into gaming and like it's the perfect game because it's just like it's super
just
cute.
goofy. You just gotta have fun and jump around.
Yeah, it's just exactly. It's just a goofy game. But yeah, like I don't know, it just sucks because there's literally nothing wrong with this game. It's a really amazing game, and if I could clone myself 10 different times and play 10 different games, one of my clones would be playing Fall Guys.
Oh, God.
right now.
I get a lot of shade from Red Hood. You say, "Oh, Big Light, you don't play PC games." Yeah,
You definitely don't.
We were
Let's
all
keep that
over
a
Fall
buck.
Guys, sir. I was all over this on PC with you guys. But I got.
So I'm talking about like legit, like playing a game, like actually playing it, not Yu-Gi-Oh,
we're
playing like Metal Gear Solid 5 on PC. Like, do something, Big Cloud.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You got this nice GPU. Other people are trying to like get good GPUs so they can play games on PC.
You don't even
and you
play
just
games
hog
with
it up.
yours. All you do is watch the Batman and go, "I'm vengeance." Yeah, exactly. Shut your mouth. Go ahead, say something. Say something, Red. Say something.
Listen, bro, you just gotta play more games on PC. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's pretty much it, man. We covered everything. It's a funny
did you hear about the Blooper working on a Silent Hill 2 remake or something like that?
How many times
I mean, I honestly I hope it's probably true, but I hope it's not.
What?
I don't.
You don't like Blooper? I think Blooper's good. The Blooper team.
I don't have anything against Blooper, but they it's gonna sound bad, but they're like the B team, man.
Oh,
they're not the A team. They're the B
not
team.
the S tier team, you would say.
Yeah, they're not the like. Have I
I think
played?
they're like the D team. don't even think they're the B team.
Like
Blooper?
I played the medium and I thought it was okay, and then I played they did the Blair Witch, I think was them as well, right?
Ooh.
I didn't really like that game. It was cool atmosphere wise, but I was like,
yeah, like I've never hated or even like disliked any of their games. I've at least had like a base level of fun with their game, but I've never actually ever been blown away. I've never. It's always just been like, okay, well that was all right. Like,
yeah.
it was all right. But do I want an all right Silent Hill? No.
Nah. You wanna?
I don't want an all right Silent Hill. I want a mind blowing. I want a Norman Reedus and Kojima Silent Hills type production.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dude, after hearing the Death Stranding leak, though, like, yeah, I don't think Kojima's working on Silent Hill. I don't know who the other Japanese developer is.
Well,
if
he's not working on it, then that means, Mr. Hassan Karaman is not making
Metal like
Gear.
There has been a lot of rumors about episodic Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I think maybe Kojima could be working on that.
I heard about that, and then there's a reboot. There's a reboot with a Japanese studio, and then there's an episodic one, and then there's the remake.
So the rumors are saying that they are different.
Hill?
Yeah, there's 3 games in development, I believe. So Silent Hill 2
I
with
don't know how I feel about
Blooper or Bloomber, I don't know, whatever.
Bloober.
Then you got the reboot game, which is with a Japanese studio, and then there's an episodic one.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they specified as to what the studio is for that one.
I don't know.
I just can't believe that. Like, I just cannot believe that Konami is managing these IPs this way. Like, it's just blows my mind.
I know they
like why don't they outsource like Castlevania? Like, what the heck is going on? Like, why?
Well, I think I read
they
about
should.
that.
They honestly should have done
to do it. I don't think nobody jumped up to the idea of.
Dude, if I was Konami and you had those cartoons coming out, we would have released like a Castlevania game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, it was a missed opportunity.
I get their current strategy. I don't agree with it, of course, because I like their core games, but I get it because like Konami actually just released their latest like earnings report, and they've never made more money. Like they're so profitable right now, and they're on fire, really.
Yeah.
But it's all in things that nobody cares about, like gacha games and like gambling machines in Japan and all this garbage stuff, right? That nobody cares about, right? So, but it's just so weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, they don't even have to fund it. Like, why can't they just license it out? Like, you would think that like with a good team, that Castlevania would just print money, right?
Yeah.
Contra could print money. Why? Like, there's like we have this like new like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game and like Streets of Rage. Remake that just recently came out. Like, why? Like, there's just so much potential with Contra. Like, it seems like just such wasted IP.
That's how I feel with Capcom. I love Capcom for Resident Evil, right? But there's one game that I think they're missing it out on. They're sleeping on. That's Dino Crisis. See what I'm saying? Dino Crisis could be another staple for Fear. They could also be pushing. But isn't there that new game? Was it Exo whatever? Exo
isn't that supposed
Phase something?
Isn't that supposed to be like the spiritual successor?
Extinct. I think it's Extinct.
The guy who like led Dino Crisis is on that project.
Yeah, supposed to be like a spiritual successor to it.
So yeah, I would love, obviously, of course, like you, I'd like to have a Dino Crisis, but at least like at a minimum that this might be something along the same lines.
Hey, I mean, it could happen because we got Callisto Protocol, right? Callisto Protocol put pressure on Dead Space, and we got the remake. So, depending on how they do with Extinct, that might give us, we might see Regine come back and down the road. So we'll see. But no, I think that's pretty much for me. That's the show, episode 189. Hey, shout out to the 140 people we had in the chat. I appreciate y'all who came through. if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that like button. I appreciate everybody. We've got 100 people still in the chat. Got 77 links. Let's get as close as we possibly can to 100. I appreciate everybody for rocking out, coming through. It's a great show. Not a whole bunch to go over. You know, we got the Xbox game show, but like I said before, you know, it's my last live stream. Your boy's officially back, so I'll be covering everything on the channel and everything. So I'm excited about it, and we'll be uploading that. I appreciate y'all though for joining us. It was definitely a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get into the panel. Blaze 4K definitely dipped. I've been went to sleep.
Maybe he was setting up the monitor.
I know he was over here going over here with his 1440p, you know, so 1440p monitor. Yeah, so I know he's gone. He ain't here, but he went to go slap his monitor. Red Hood, Hunter, you guys brought it as always. Appreciate y'all. Great show. Let's go ahead and get these outros. Red Hood, where can the people find you? Definitely tell them about Overlevel Podcast, you know, since you're a content creator now, apparently.
So, yeah, I'm actually, you know, created content, like literally posted that at like 2 a.m. So check that out at Red Hood 420. More specifically, the title was Daredevil Disney Plus announcement and concerns. So look forward to that. I actually edited the video. I thought it was, you know, a good comeback in terms of like editing skills and all that. So watch that and then support that. And then Overlevel Podcasts every other Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been streaming on Twitch, actually. A certain event's been happening and been giving my 2 cents on what's been happening in that certain event with 2 famous individuals. So don't feel like going more into that. So check out my Twitch regarding that. I'll definitely be coming back to streaming that on Monday, and everything should conclude by May 27th for that. But I'll be playing like other games as well afterwards. So yeah, make sure to also hit the like he said previously. Big Cloud said that definitely should get that to like, you know, at least 90 likes or 100. So, but great to be on. Good episode. Peace.
All right, and Hunter, my brother, always a pleasure to talk to you every Friday. Tell the people where can they find Next Gen Hunter on Twitter. All your takes, you know. Maybe you see. I don't know. Maybe you're not blocked by the guy. I'm not blocked by him.
By,
you know.
by who? Oh man,
you know, Jay Schroeder likes to block everybody. That was a great joke. Like, you
no.
know,
Okay. He actually he doesn't have me blocked, and I've met him actually a few times at E3. So I think we're kind of.
Oh, okay, cool. But you're not like everybody when they talk about Twitter.
But we're like good terms.
But you know, everybody talks about it on Twitter. Like they go, "Oh my god, I'm blocked by Jason Schreier." I'm like, I'm not blocked by him.
He was actually like, he was a really interesting guy. Actually, I'll tell a very quick story about Jason Schreier. I went to E3 and there was an interview that I had with Square Enix, and it turns out that it was the first time I had this, but it was actually a group interview. So there was like, I think 4 of us, 4 of us on one side of the table, and then 4 developers from Japan on the other side with a translator. And I actually just thought he was like super interesting. Jason, I thought he was super interesting because me and the other 3 media folks were asking like pretty like general questions about the game, like, oh, like tell me about the graphics, tell me about the characters, tell me about the story, stuff like that. But we went like one by one asking questions. Every time it went to like Jason, he was like, he didn't really care about any of those aspects. He was more asking like who like trying to get insights into these developers and the relationship between the developers. And he was asking the developers like what media have you been consuming to sort of like influence how you're thinking about this game, right? And what like trying to find out like just what do these developers like what are their interests, and what are their like their interactions like. And I was just like, it was just like, I've never seen questions like this. Like nobody was like, every time I've ever had interviews, you're always asking about the game, like tell me an aspect of the game, but he was like completely on the other side and like asking how, like, you know, office dynamics and company culture and stuff like that. And I was like, okay,
Oh.
Interesting questions. Interesting
Everybody
guy.
has a different take on him. I noticed, like, my friend Kofi's good friends with him. I'm glad, you have a good relationship. I never got a chance to actually talk to him at all. I kind of wanted to talk to him, but we'll see down the road.
Well, I noticed that the types of questions that he was getting would be would have potential for like juicy answers from
Yeah.
the developers, right? Because instead of asking questions about the game, asking about development, because sometimes I think one of the answers was like there was like a development change where it was like I think one of the like like the director on this project originally was like this guy, and then after like a year or so it changed to this guy, right? And then that's the kind of stuff where you're like, it's like interesting stuff that I think a lot of people that really follow game developers and like the other side of gaming would be really into versus us who were just asking like general questions about gameplay and graphics and all that, which literally like every other publication would have the same kind of questions. So anyway, just my take. I don't really have much opinions on Jason other than he breaks some really cool news and he's an interesting guy. But yeah, in terms of where you can find me, I'm on Twitter. You can check me out. It's Next Gen Players. Check out the account. I'm so close, man. I'm so close to getting to 50K on Twitter. I think I'm just a few hundred away. So maybe this weekend, maybe next week. I don't know. I'll have my 50K celebration. But you guys that are watching, you guys can help me get there. Push me over the edge and get me to that mark.
Hunter's Twitter. In fact, hold on. Let me share. Here you go, guys. Go follow Hunter. There's his Twitter. Go follow him.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And yeah, man, another great week. Awesome chatting with all you guys. And, there wasn't a whole lot of news, but we made the best of it. And hopefully, I think we just got literally another couple of weeks. I think the big banger announcements are going to happen early June.
That's what we're starving for.
Yeah, we should. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but at some point we should have a Microsoft prediction segment at some point that we should talk about that and see what
when's the showcase again? What is it? The 20th, 21st?
No. It's way over than that. I think it's the 10th. Yeah, it's the 12th.
Yeah. Oh, the 12th. Okay.
The Jeff Keighley show, I believe is is it the 8th or the 9th? I think it's the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think from literally from the 8th until the 12th, there's the future game show that's going to be happening, which there's going to be the PC game show. There's going to be Microsoft and Bethesda. So yeah.
So on I guess the 3rd, we'll do full predictions for everything. If y'all want to do that for the 3rd, depending on what's news dropping, we'll definitely allocate that for sure. That way
man.
We'll cover it.
Even Jeff Keighley's already teasing stuff, so we'll have to really pay attention and try to dig a little deeper, see if we can figure out what games he's teasing.
Yeah, you love that. You know how you be. Well, good. I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for coming through. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next week with the crew. And make sure you guys check us out on Solidcast. Me and Blaze 4K. He muted himself because he was making fun of his 1440p monitor. He deafened himself. Look at the chat. He deafened himself. Little trash bag. He already was listening. All right. We'll see you guys next week, man. Y'all be good. Enjoy your weekend, and y'all be blessed, and y'all be easy. Get out of here.